Coming up on Stones Radio Networks, the SATs, Stones and Toy Show. Stay tuned for Dodger Dogs. They suck.
Inside my mind, there is a sun that gleams and shines, one of a kind. Inside my mind, there is a sun.
You are listening to Stones Radio Networks, the home of the Lincoln Potters. You are listening to Stones Radio Networks, the home of the Lincoln Potters. following program is brought to you by Stones Radio Networks. The views, opinions, statements, outbursts, random thoughts, decisions, and shenanigans expressed are solely those of the hosts and in no way are reflective of those of the Lincoln Potters Baseball Club, management, or staff. Listener discretion is strongly advised. Bitches. You are listening to Stones Radio Networks, the home of the Lincoln Potters. Started with trading a bag of weed for a mixing board and a couple of microphones. This is the show that started it all. It started as Stones and the Boys, and through many incantations, we're always Stones and Toy. We had a Knock, a Casual T, a Jay Wuck, a Rebecca Blanton, a Jessica Cameron, Mike E. Winfield, a Carmichael Dave. But still, it always comes back to two guys sitting in a room talking.
Two guys sitting in a garage talking.
And now it's time for Stones and Toy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Goodbye Sober Day. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Stones and the Toy. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Goodbye Sober Day. Stones and the Toy.
It is like robot sex in your ears.
Well, all right. What's happening, everybody? It's Friday night. That's right. It is Friday night. It is 5:30-ish because we started a little late because we're us. So what's happening? It is time for the Stones and Toy Show, coming to you live from the StonesRadioNetworks.com studios and Dog Kennel. Don't forget the puppers. And the guy that just has so much I can't even begin to start with that we could discuss about how wonderful this man is and what the introduction happens to be. But without further ado, that's French. Say, for Stones McCoy, ladies and germs. There he is. Yay.
I guess I should do that. That's probably the best thing.
That's a
right
great
there,
picture.
Right? You like that?
That's wonderful. It matches this one similar. Because I like to wear you right on my heart.
You like to wear
friend.
me, huh?
Right on my heart.
No, that's a good thing. I'm glad you like to wear me.
And you got me right, and you got my back.
Why do you seem so hot? And,
Oh, well, I can't help that,
and
sir.
I
That's just
seem-
genetics.
And I seem so not there.
I don't
I
know.
really- I
'cause
don't know.
Where I'm
It-
sitting, it's still a little on the quiet side, but that's just because maybe that's my headphone thing.
It could be your headphones things. I just realized why, because I'm turned way the F up.
Oh, there
And,
you go.
there you go.
Oh, wow.
Is that better for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's outstanding.
All of a sudden you can
That's
hear
like
yourself?
a buffalo in the fields.
That's
man.
amazing, right?
That's outstanding.
All right, well, welcome in, everybody. Stones on the Toy. I'm Stones. That's the toy. And, we're back.
Finally.
Yeah, we had a rough week,
Actually,
let's
could
say.
you turn me down just a hair?
Just a
How
hair?
about- Now
Yeah.
everybody's a little hot.
Now everybody's a little hot there.
Hot in the hot
Hot,
tub.
hotter?
Thank you.
We had a rough week last week. I'm not really sure how
Let's
to.
just say that the interwebs don't like us.
Technology was
We were canceled.
not our friend.
We were canceled
Technology
for a week.
was not our friend. Yeah, so it started off with
Us and Dave Chappelle.
us having our issue. No. Dave Chappelle's got a whole other issue. That's a whole other show topic we could totally talk about. But no, I mean, we had some technical issues and then thought we had that resolved. We didn't get our show off the air. Phantom and Kenny come over to do their show and go live, and there's nothing there. Right? There's no way for me to go live. So, but obviously we've gotten that fixed. And
Yes, so now
we are the
can
test
fuck
show.
It, doing it live.
Well,
baby.
fuck it, we're doing it live, but this is the test show for the greatest show that didn't go off last
On
week.
turf.
Right? But
Yep.
that will go off this week. That's the cheat code on
Actually,
Tuesday,
that's right.
okay, at 6 p.m. right here on Stones
Actually,
Radio Networks.
they're good on no matter what surface. They can tell
Yeah, they're
you
pretty good
all
on-
of they can tell you all of the ins and outs
He's
of the
pretty good
fantasy
with
foosballs.
surfaces.
So,
Yeah.
we happen to not be very good on turf, but we are very good on grass.
Yeah, we are leaders on the grass front. Yeah, if we're going to talk sports real quick, one of the things that we were going to talk about last week, and let's
is
just
the utter domination
let's
of
just-
the Dallas Cowboys of the
let's just
NFL.
let's just get it out of the way so we can bury this as a family and say, great season by the Giants. Okay,
Oh,
best season that
didn't
the
wanna
Giants have
acknowledge that.
ever had. Okay, as a franchise in San Francisco.
very true.
Very unfortunate way of it ending.
It was just like it was like getting the wind knocked out of you completely.
Yes, it was.
It just
was.
ended.
It was.
It was just over.
It, they say you just got to rip the Band-Aid off. Well, that was the moment you rip the Band-Aid off, and then it's over.
Yeah, it was
there's
so
nothing
weird
there.
though, because like normally you see a full swing on a strikeout and you have closure in the moment,
Yeah.
or the guy grounds out the second, or whatever. There's a play there. It was just like
Yeah.
there's a check swing and everybody's like, cool,
Yeah.
ball, whatever, and then it's just like, nope, he went, game over.
Wait, what?
Wait, huh?
Huh? Well,
And
you
it
know,
was over.
It was, and it was a heartbreaking defeat, especially the way, like you said, the way it happened. I'm not going to kind of like Gabe Kapler's stance on the whole thing. I'm not going to get all upset over the way that game particularly ended. There were other things that could have been done. He admitted that, and I'm glad he did that. That means he is a man and realizes he made some mistakes
That's
in
good.
that series.
Yes, sir.
But I do believe my daughter and I were there to witness the biggest mistake of the series, and that's having a starting lineup that you've never started in the entire year start against one of the best pitchers in Jose Urias for the Dodgers. It made zero sense,
one of the
and that was game dos.
He either did that strictly on the analytics, or he did that because he threw it shit into a fishbowl and then just pulled it out one by one and said, "Yeah, that's what I'll do today."
Yeah, it's
followed-
really hard to understand what he was thinking in that situation. I kept saying, well, it has to be analytically driven. That's what he's done all year. That's who he is. So
That's
it's got to
what
be
I was
analytically driven. However, the analytics can drive it all you want. You can't do something you've never done all year
in the middle of the playoffs.
in the middle of the playoffs.
Nope.
That's not your testing ground. Your testing ground was the weeks coming up to that.
Yep. Let's see
If
what
you
we can
were
work
going
together.
to test that, but you don't test it in that situation. Now, granted, Game 2 was also Angel Hernandez, which is the absolute worst umpire in all of baseball, and we can go on and on. There were
All the
several
more reason
things.
to not fuck with things.
There were exactly. So you have to take it out of every uncontrollable situation you possibly can.
Yep.
Put it in your controllables and do the best you can with it. I really think the series was kind of lost with that Game 2 loss there in San Francisco.
I think what happened with Kapler, and again, I'm still not sold on him.
I know you're not.
I know you've kind of bought into the camp this year because you've seen enough out of him. You've clearly watched his decision making more than I have.
Yeah.
But I'm still not totally sold on him, and I think he just looked at analytics and he thought he was going to be smarter than Dave Roberts because he did that in Game 5.
Yes.
With
Where he chased.
Roberts came out and said, "All right, well, we're going to throw in a middle reliever and we're going to start that way, and then we're going to kind of bring in our big gun later on." Word.
With
okay,
the
well,
intention of his intention by doing that was to get you to change your lineup.
which is exactly what he did.
And that is exactly what he did. He chased that the entire game,
Yep.
and that's why they were able to get that walk-off win
Yep.
in San Francisco. It wasn't the check swing that wasn't. It was clearly a check swing. I don't want to debate that.
Nope.
We don't have to have that debate. It was clearly a check swing.
It was not a good call,
Okay.
but whatever.
But whatever. The thing about it is that so many circumstances led up to that being the deciding factor in many people's minds. And as a real baseball person, that's just not the case.
And
I'm
the-
sorry, it's not the case.
And the thing that the thing that I keep coming back to in my mind as we're talking about this is that, yeah, you can let analytics drive things. You can look at things. You think you can be smarter than the other manager. You think you can see where he's going to go so you can dictate
Yeah.
versus chase or have his, or be able to set your mindset up. Okay, well, he's going to bring all these crazy things at me. I'm just going to set myself up where I can jive and chuck with wherever he's going. The one thing that you can't
Love you too, Fred.
the one thing you can't mess up, or the one thing you can't just change up and let ride with the circumstance is chemistry.
And what got you there?
And the flow of where everybody knows where they're gonna be.
Hey, you got there for a reason.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the way you got
107
there.
wins, man.
And you can't tell me he doesn't believe that in many circumstances, because I'll point to, why was Yaz in the lineup then? If you weren't riding with the horses that got you there, why was Yaz in the lineup at all in the series? Why was he even on the roster at that point?
Yeah,
he hadn't
0-18.
had a hit in a month.
Yeah, he was 0-18 or
Okay.
some shit in the series.
You know what I mean?
it's like-
Lots of people were like, well, why is Longoria in the lineup? Again, Longo had a long stretch of absolutely nothing after coming off of the injured list.
Yep.
But, I mean, again, that's not the case there. He was riding with the horses that got him there. He just put the horses that got him there in such a weird Tetris design
Yeah.
that it made zero sense. And
if you use that horses, analogy, and you think
Yeah.
of like a big, I'm thinking of it in like the harness racing, but
Okay,
you have
yeah.
like multiple horses, where you have the 12 trained
the
fucking
Pony
horse.
Express.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you've got, your people that are your horses that are in their spot, they're used to running in this groove. They get the chafing on this particular shoulder every time
Yeah.
they run in, whatever. They're used to it. And you're like, you know what? For this run to run through the fucking gauntlet where we got to go up hills and down hills and watch out for crazy rocks and people shooting at us,
I'm going to take my wheels off.
I want you to go ahead and you guys you ride over there today and you ride back here and
Yeah.
you do that. So just so you're used to looking out of your left eye, I want you to use your right eye today.
Yeah. But
And just mind you, this is the most treacherous part of the situation.
yeah, this is life or death. This
Yeah,
is the
it's
end.
like-
This is the end, because that's what, again, this is sports. This is the end. In this particular situation, this was the end. This is the last series that you're going to possibly play if you don't win. Now, again, life and death in baseball or a game, or those are two totally different things.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We're just using the phraseology,
But you're
not necessarily.
But in a microcosm, and when you're within the confines of those lines,
Right.
okay, you're seeing it in a different light.
Yeah.
To have your manager pull a stunt on you is like, what?
Yeah.
What just happened here?
And that's where the
what just happened here?
And that's where the difference in baseball versus football, where granted, there's the situation of who's playing and who's not
Yeah.
kind of situation, but if a coach in the NFL calls a play that the quarterback just thinks is asinine, the quarterback will say, okay, and then
Yeah.
he'll look at the guys and be like, that was asinine. So this is really what we're going to do.
Exactly.
And
as long as he's a veteran quarterback.
agreed. I mean, but it's like,
I mean, Mac Jones isn't getting away with that in New England right now.
Not right now.
You know
but,
what I mean?
But certainly Aaron Rodgers is.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You betcha,
So,
baby.
if
No, I
LaFleur
get it.
sends in
Yeah.
a play and he's just like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, I've been exploiting the fuck out of this corner all day, and now you want me to run it to the other side? No.
No, I'm not going to do it.
By the way, that corner that I've been exploiting now is hobbling and looks like he's going to cry. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that over there.
Well, and there's another thing that crept into my mind when I'm watching this all fall apart for the Giants. And we're not going to be on this much longer, but while I'm watching all of this fall apart, and I know this is Wotus's last run, okay, Ron Wotus,
Who should have been the manager.
who should have been the manager in the first place, and it dawned on me that I think maybe one of the reasons why this is his last run is because he's not happy with what's going on there.
I don't think he is at all.
So, and like I said, as I saw the thing, you can't take away the season the Giants had. 107 wins, best record in the majors. Nobody thought they would even come close to that. I mean, my preseason predictions were
Playing for third.
praying to play for third
Yep.
and a possible wild card, but not seeing a way in,
Nope.
We
had a Peyton
So-
Manning-like year.
Yes, we did. We did, and it was a fun ride. Glad I got to take my daughter to see it, to witness it
Absolutely.
in person, and it was fun. So, but I am upset. The house isn't changing. The black and orange stays up. I don't
Of
care
course.
win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter, guys.
Of course.
Black and orange stays rolling in this house. So we had that. Excuse me.
Oh, there's the mighty cough
There it
button.
is. I knew it was there somewhere. I was just waiting for it to creep up on me. So we had that. We were going to talk about that. And the therapy session was really just to talk other people off the ledge. Listen, the Giants are going to be fine. I like where they're sitting. So going ahead, I think it's going to be okay.
The one thing
Okay.
that I'm really happy about them right now,
Yeah.
They said, "Hey, Buster, if you want to keep playing, we'll give you $22 million next year."
You're damn right we
Fuck
will.
yeah, we
You're
will.
damn right we will. So, yeah, good things. Good things are still to come in San Francisco. So I'm not sure where I want to go next because I got something that's been bothering me.
There's a
And
bunch
then-
of stuff out there in the world right now we could discuss.
I know,
So,
but and then I have this other thing that just is
it's bothersome.
I'm depressed
Oh boy.
right now. I'm beat. I feel like a beat man.
Well, I can understand that because I was there for the beating.
Yeah, I blew a seal today.
Oh wait. Oh
Good.
god damn
I'm glad you didn't have it ready.
God
I
damn it.
did it perfect
You
timing.
did.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yes, I blew a seal, a rear main seal to be exact. My good friend and compadre Toy, jackass, has made me tell every single person.
Stones
What's
Blue.
up? You know this guy?
You know this guy? Fucker. All right, that's enough. That's enough. You didn't find the rear main
shit.
seal
Oh,
sound.
he's on here somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll find him.
So, as many of you know, I've been killing it around the house.
Literally, in certain circumstances, when it comes, if you're concrete, you're fucking dead and out of here. So.
I'm one hell of a contractor for homeowners, but I can't work for you because I currently have a job with a foreman on site
Yes, indeed.
who is directing me in every single fucking direction, loading up my truck with concrete.
Likes to
and likes to leave it loaded overnight
likes
while it's
to-
sitting on my shocks.
likes to maximize every moment of every day
Yeah.
for the workforce.
Uh-huh.
So the crew is being overworked a little bit, but the crew has how many members of the team are there?
Everybody that's in the crew, raise your hand.
I see one.
Okay.
There you
All
go.
right.
That's it.
All right. I've had help. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, but-
you've helped. She's helped a little bit.
Again,
you know,
but as we
father-in-law came down, he helped. You know, it
as
was
we
nice.
talked about, like you got a couple hours worth of help in a week's worth of work
week's
time.
worth of time.
So I mean, yeah, you got a little bit of help here
Yeah.
and there, but you didn't get any like help.
So I've moved through. I've broken out, removed, and hauled away 600 square feet of garage floor concrete.
That would be how
Okay.
thick?
6 inches.
Yeah, that's right.
So
600 square feet of 6-inch thick concrete.
yes, and
And
I'm a man and I could do it. And so I did it over the course of several days, right? And I broke it up over a course of a couple of days. I started moving it over the course of several days, getting it prepped and all that stuff. And
you mean you couldn't have it done in like an hour?
I tried.
That's
I really
what the
did.
jackhammer's for, right?
I
You just break it up and then it's just all done.
And then it's all done. Yeah.
Like in an hour. You
It
could
was
just do
awesome.
that this afternoon.
Take a guess on how much a jackhammer weighs.
It's 225 pounds.
Close, man. 200 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah. 200 pounds.
It needs it.
I'm not even 200 pounds.
Right.
Okay, that's not cool. So I'm just moving around this thing like this.
But yeah, it's
you know.
it's in charge.
But
You're
I
holding
did
on for the ride.
everything. I did it all. I got it done. Here's the point: is I had to get it out of here.
Right.
Okay. And I don't own a trailer
Nope.
or a dump truck
Nope.
or a bobcat, so I
It'd be
didn't.
nice to have all that
So
stuff. though.
so without those things, you have to do this by hand with a truck. So you pick up rock, put it in truck. It's not hard, but it sucks.
Yeah, it's repetitive.
And I had to do.
Tough on the body.
And I had to drive it 3. We figured it out today.
It was 21 miles.
21 miles to where we were, then another, 2
Probably.
miles maybe?
I don't
Even?
Maybe.
Let's say 23 miles, one
Okay,
way.
Fair enough.
Okay? I have to drive 23 miles one direction to then unload hand by hand, piece by piece, out of the concrete, out of the back of the truck,
Or shovel full by shovel.
or shovel
depending
full,
on-
only till it gets down to small pieces.
Right.
you
No, I know. And even then, it's not like it's just like sand and you can
It
just
don't
scoop
shovel.
It, yeah,
It don't
doesn't
shovel.
easy.
No, it doesn't burrito, nor does it shovel.
No.
So,
Tough on those toofies if you try to burrito it. I'll tell you that much.
I don't know, dude, if you grind it up just right. So I'd done that 13 times. 13 times.
Yes.
Over, back,
Yes.
over, back. And my truck had developed a little tick
Tick, 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 tick,
and
tick,
it
tick,
had
tick,
it
tick,
prior.
tick.
Let's
It did have it before. It did have it before.
It had it prior, and I had taken it in, got it serviced, did the whole bit, and this morning I call up my buddy Toy. I'm like, "Look, bro, it's raining. I have one last load of concrete. I've got to get out of here. Everything else is ready to go for rebar and framing.
Looks good in there.
You know, thank you to my father-in-law. He really worked his ass off on that.
Absolutely. And he works smart.
on that
He didn't
skid
just work
steer.
hard, he worked smart.
Well, he's a smart guy, man.
I understand.
You know, but when money's not an object, I mean, it's easy to
You
work
just
smart.
make that
you know
shit
what I mean?
happen. You're just like, I got
Yeah,
that.
money's an object to me, so I
Word.
wouldn't have done it that way. Anyway, so we're taking the last load. Chris agrees to help me. He's a good guy.
I appreciate.
Brings his gloves and let's do this, bruh. So we get in the truck I don't even think a 12th of a mile away, an 18th of a mile,
We hadn't
32nd
even
of a
made it to the
mile.
7-Eleven yet.
No, we had made it maybe 2 stop signs, and all of a sudden my truck starts making a lot louder of a tick.
Tick, 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 tick.
Sounds
versus
very
versus
similar to
the
that.
tick, 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 tick. Yeah.
And we both kind of looked at each other. I'm like, dude, that doesn't sound right. And he goes, no, that doesn't even feel right, you know?
Right.
And I said, well, I'm full right now. I have all this. We have to get this concrete out of here. So I'm going to take it easy, and we're just going to, we're going to putt. And that's
Just like
what,
the Eagles were.
And that's what we did. We putted down the freeway,
We did.
and
We rolled. It
Yeah.
seemed fine.
55.
Yeah.
It was okay,
It seemed all right.
And then we got off the freeway,
Yeah, we did.
and the pressure built up.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that vehicles do. Is they build all this pressure inside of all that metal and shit inside
right.
of there,
Fire
right?
and combustion.
Yeah, and so some pressure had built up. And I noticed a change in the vehicle because as we started rolling down the main road to get to where we needed to go,
That thing that had gone from tick, tick, tick,
yeah,
to tick, 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 tick was all, hey, tick, motherfucker.
I swear to God, it sounded like a belt had broken off inside of my car, but yet was still attached to the pulley somehow,
Somehow,
and
yeah, there's-
slapping the inside of my motor.
Well, and just prior to that, it did have a squeaking sound, so it did sound like there was
Yeah.
it was like something was
It's a
rubbing
little
on
belt
something.
belt thingy, right?
Yeah,
So
and then it started just bang, 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 bang.
goes a trolley, and so yeah,
Tick,
just
motherfucker.
not good. Just not tick, motherfucker. So not good. And that's when the toy looks at me and goes, "Well, are you pulling over? Are we going?" And I'm like, "There's no fucking way I'm stopping at this point. There's no way. I've
Wow.
got 1,000 pounds of concrete in the back of my truck.
Yep.
We have to get it out. Even if my car does break down right here, they're not going to tow me with that concrete in the
Right.
back."
Well, then I figured we'd just build a retaining wall wherever we were.
Yeah, that's right. Your great idea to build a retaining wall. You're just like Trump. So we get there, we unload it. I pop the hood. I'm looking for a broken belt. There isn't no broken belt. There's no leaking of any fluids.
No.
All my fluids are good. I checked everything, make sure everything's okay. And I'm like, that's not okay. Because all of these signs point to fucking transmission.
Yep. And we
Okay.
had kind of started with thinking that
Yes.
a little bit, but
Yes.
it did seem almost like there was just a lack of, there was a lack
lack of
of
power.
transfer of power, but
Yeah.
it seemed like, that could be something belt related.
Absolutely.
If the belt's slipping in the timing situation,
Mhm.
it's not going to be.
And or snaps, then all of a sudden you have that. That's what happens.
Right.
I've been there. I've done it. I've had it happen before.
Yes, sir.
So we unloaded. We get back in the truck, and just before we decided to take off, I said to Chris, I don't think we're going to be driving this truck home.
No.
I
No. We said, no, that's transmission.
that's
That's
transmission.
coming from right over there.
That's
and that's
transmission.
transmission. So
So we decided to take off, and made it. I don't know, about a mile and a half down the road.
yeah. Unfortunately, the assemblies of God had assembled. All the gods had assembled in there, but in a manner
Mm-hmm.
that did not take up a single parking place.
No, not at all.
So the nice empty parking lot there
Yes, it worked
in
out.
front of the assemblies of God, where they assemble at certain times.
They were not assembling then, and it
They
it
must
worked
have
out
had a
for us.
breakfast meeting, something.
It was thank you guys.
Thank
I
you
appreciate
for
that.
guarding us and keeping us
Okay.
safe.
Appreciate that.
So, yep, over we went. After
Dude,
there
my
was
truck
no
just
more
went
power.
and it started pissing out of its rear main seal.
Yep.
All of the fluids.
Yep.
All of the fluids.
And then what did you say?
I said I blew a seal. You're a dickhead. You're such a dickhead.
Oh, it fucking kills me.
So then I got to call a friend of mine because I got to figure out which fucking automotive place to go to. I
Right.
can't remember the name. It goes straight to voicemail.
Yep.
And then he calls back. And then I'm telling him what's going on. And he's not a car guy, so I'm not going to tell him all the stuff.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Toy out of the fucking corner. Hey, dude, tell him what you did. I blew a seal. What? I blew a rear main seal. What the fuck is what is that? Never mind, dude. Chris is dying in the passenger seat right now. He's dying. He's dying. All right, take your seal noise. I will mute your ass.
Oh, fuck. That's too funny, dude.
So
I'm sorry, but that has brought me so much entertainment today.
oh, I know.
All day long.
I know. So needless to say, after doing all of this work, and I'm in the middle of this house project, which requires me to have a truck to get materials almost daily.
Construction projects.
Almost daily, especially on this project.
When you're just needing to rebar, concrete, 600 square feet.
So I'm effed in the A right now. Right now, I'm effed in the A.
Nah,
so
you can throw those 20-foot sticks of fucking rebar right on top of the Mirai.
on the Buick? Can
On
I
the
put it on the
Buick?
Buick?
On the Buick?
Can I put it on the
No,
Buick?
you put it on the Mirai. It's way more aerodynamic.
Way more aerodynamic. So the only good thing that happened out of that whole tragedy, and I will call it a tragedy
It was
of what
a
happened
tragedy.
today, because that's I just got that fucker paid off.
I know.
I
But
just got that fucker paid
You
off.
made a new friend today.
I did make. Well, I didn't want to make a new friend. And it's
was
not
your
a new. It's not even a new friend.
No, the seal
okay?
was definitely your new friend.
No, fuck you. Will you let that go,
I
please?
can't. That shit's too funny.
So no, the only good thing that came out of it is I was able to get a little bit of closure today. So my wife rolls out and to pick us up, and I get this kind of nudge from the toy, and I'm like, "Dude, what's up?" And he goes, "I forgot to tell you, I had some plans today." And I was like, "What, really?" He goes, "Yeah, dude. I don't want you to feel bad, but I did. I had some plans. I was gonna be doing something." I was like, "Fuck, seriously?" And we keep looking. No tow truck.
Right.
Missus on the way, and
Who's
he's
coming?
And he's just looking like, we're not gonna go through the J and F, or we're not going through that.
That was funny though.
Anyways, but we're waiting, and he's like, "Dude, I think I'm just gonna cancel." And I'm like, "Fuck, bro, I'm hella sorry." I felt hella bad. I really did.
I know you did.
You know,
I know you did.
obvious-
As evidenced by the results.
obviously by what I'm about to tell you, and that is the toy convinced me. We were over in an area in Sacramento that I guess I did not realize this, but somebody that we've known and loved, or he has, for a while, is in town, and he was over in that area, and he needed a ride. So I picked him up for him.
Yep.
And that's fucking James Bondy. So James Bondy got picked up in the vehicle today.
He did. He did. And I so appreciate it because I know how you felt now. And
Well, it's
as
not
I-
just me, because I was more fearful of what was going to happen.
because she does not like him, especially given all the nefarious shit that he used to do when we were broadcasting out of the garage at the old place.
She thought he was going to get us fucking arrested.
She
Okay.
was hoping for arrested. She thought
But
there
for
was
him.
not
for us.
No. She was just hoping it was only going to be arrested. There could have been like way more stuff
no
going
shit.
on. You know,
Well, that's true.
Given,
That's
given
true.
all the things that he was involved in, especially back then. But I do really
true.
appreciate the fact that because when I told you what happened, I said, look, he's in town. We were going to hook up, and it's worth it, okay? Like, listen, he's kind of turned a corner, and you need to kind of just see. I know he's been through some shit because the last time we talked to him,
Well, and he said something he wanted to make things right with me or some shit
Yeah.
like that, and I was like, Dude, I don't like you. It's not about making things right with me. I just don't like you.
Well, yeah.
Because you totally fuck us over all the time.
Right.
And
Well,
I'm always the one that gets fucked over the worst
and
because
that's
it's my name on everything.
And that's why he wants to make things right, because
I
he
still
doesn't
don't trust
he doesn't want to make things he doesn't want to keep making things more difficult for you and the like. So.
I don't trust it. But what I will give him a little bit of credit for is because I've had this foreman on this project here just driving me up a wall.
Absolutely.
Okay. And I can't get 2 words in on anything anymore. I just don't speak. Okay.
It's probably better that
Here
way.
at the job site, I don't speak.
No, you're like Gwen Stefani, and no doubt.
Don't speak.
No, it's better that way. Because if you say something, she'll kick your ass to the curb.
Pretty much,
Something
yeah.
like that. I don't remember how the song goes.
So I'm
but something like that.
currently, nyeh. And the car ride home, I got to drive.
You did. That was good.
Chris was in the front seat, back seat, the missus and Bondi, and that went just epically sideways in a heartbeat. He annoyed the fucking shit out of her.
Bad.
Where I'm looking in the rearview mirror and I'm driving, right? And she's rolling her eyes and biting her bottom lip and flipping me off without flipping, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys have that long-term relationship communication ability. You know, it's like ESP style.
I'm getting roasted from the front seat, and I am dying laughing inside because I found somebody who can piss her off, I guess the same way I piss her off.
Oh, yeah.
But
she
can't do anything about it.
No, he got way under her skin, and he was just trying to be nice too. That was the thing, is he knew that there was a stressful situation
I
going
don't know
on.
about that.
He
dude.
knows. No, he.
I don't know
We
about
talked
that.
about it afterwards. You know, he knew that. He was just like, look, it was a stressful situation. He was just trying to be upbeat and friendly, and he was obviously very excited to see everybody.
Yeah, well,
then just, I mean, do you know how shocked I was that you agreed to do this?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I know that,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah.
know that you would do anything in the world for me, as evidenced by this. But you know, I knew that, so like it didn't hit me in the same way that it hit him, because he was just like, you're seriously pulling up. Stones is driving right now, and he's coming to pick me up. Oh, and there's Mrs. Stones too. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it was like
he turned his chatterbox on, bro.
It was like his
nervous twitch or
He was
some
like
shit.
a dog that his owner had been away for 24 hours. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
okay.
He was just so excited, and so
the
it
ass
just
keeps moving the entire time.
pretty much, yeah.
Bro,
and
dude, he
was
couldn't
just-
shut his mouth, and it was fucking hilarious because my wife was just
She
wanting
was,
to
dude.
say, "Shut the fuck up," and knows she can't do that.
No,
She can't do that.
she's much better than either of us.
The average person, she's
Yeah.
much better than, dude. Because most people see Bondi and they tell him to shut the fuck up. They might know him for 2 seconds.
Yep.
And they tell him to shut. She
Yep.
was very polite, but it was
was.
awesome because it hurt her so much. And when we finally got home, okay, and I'll explain. We did not bring Bondi to our house. I'll explain this in just a second. But when we finally got home, got out of the car, she looked at me and she said, after 27 years, fuck you. Okay, and then she walked away. That's all she said to me.
Yeah, I could see that.
So that's pretty brutal.
I could
Okay,
totally
that's
see
pretty
that.
brutal. So anyway,
Yeah, because when we pulled up, like, I knew there was no way I was bringing him into the casa or anything
Oh,
like
hell
that.
no.
Man. It was just like, hey, man, let me grab my keys. You just stand over
Yeah.
there by my ride, and we're out. You know, so
lots of things were said in the car, but there's one thing that was said to me there was 2 things that were said in the car, but one thing that just sticks out to me, and we're gonna have to address this, but the whole reason why he's in town, believe it or not,
I know. I told you he's turned a corner.
believe it or not, Bondi, he's in town for some open mic nights, I guess, here in Sacramento.
He is. He's trying, because he knows that, believe it or not,
He thinks he's funny.
he thinks he's funny, number one. And number two, he knows that the punchline in the comedy circuit
Yeah.
is a there's a few of them around there, San Francisco and stuff, but they're a good network. But like, for some reason, all of the comedians love playing that room.
That room, yeah.
And so he's just kind of squatting and being Bondy and just showing up, and wherever he can grab some mic time, he's just throwing it out there. So
Well, I heard he tried to ambush last Friday's set when Mikey Winfield was there, and he was there with the full lineup of people, bro. He had all of our friends.
well, that's
okay?
how Mike rolls. He's got his
Exactly,
posse with
right?
him, you know,
So-
and he's got his lineup.
But everybody was there, and I heard Bondy was trying to crash that.
He was,
So,
and he tried to pull some shit. And
but he started telling these stories, and I was like, dude, listen, I've had enough. Okay, I've had enough, but I will allow you one opportunity.
Well,
Okay, to kind of maybe do things right, maybe fix things. Okay, allow you to come back on the show, and if you don't fuck it up, okay, you might be able to have a second go around.
yeah,
And his fucking eyes lit up.
huge, dude, almost like weld up.
Like, yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Like, welled up, right? And I was like, I think I done fucked up.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh shit, man. Well, I promise you, I won't.
So then
know,
you took him and
I
you
won't
did something
squander
with
this
him.
opportunity, you know."
Yeah.
So yeah, and he and I talked about when he went over and was dealing with Mike and Lance and all the boys over there. I was like, because he tried to pull, you know, I used to work with Stones and Toy.
Oh,
you
no
know,
shit.
Because he knows that we know those
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
and they've been on the show and stuff, and so he's like.
So he tried to pull.
He tried to pull the, but please, I'm affiliated. He didn't do a, you know who I am. He didn't do that. But
I'm actually shocked that he didn't do that.
he knows better at this point. I think he's gotten a little more wise. But he tried to because they were like not having his.
Not having this
They
dude.
weren't having him at the moment. So that's why he was like, no, really, I'm a good guy. Like really, they could vouch for me, you know. And I think even that is just a sign of his pure desperation.
That's crazy, dude.
But
And
yeah,
the
so
thing is, it's not going to get him anywhere. He realizes that, right?
he thinks. He holds us in high esteem. And at one point in time, remember, we were starting to kind of relatively
Yeah,
make
but-
ourselves kind of known a little
But
bit. we
yeah,
had a
but
listener in
s-
China, bro.
I know, but that
We
was
had
so
a
long
listener in
ago.
China.
I mean, he was dealing with the cocaine hippos and shit since
That was
then,
the last
dude.
time we talked to him, and that was why I wanted you to talk to him, because I only got to catch up with him for a few minutes the other day when I found out he was coming in and going to be in town.
Yeah.
And what he was doing, and I as crazy as I thought that was, as you know, I think he's hilarious. So I was like,
Well, you guys are like butt buddies.
well, no,
Okay.
I just love him. You know,
Butt buddies.
he's like my brother from another mother of a different color. You know what I'm saying? Like he resonates with me. You
Yes,
know,
yeah.
so I enjoy him. So I like it. So again, whatever he does doesn't surprise me or necessarily shock me. I just want to know, how the fuck did you get into that?
Well,
you know?
that's what has always
So-
intrigued me about him. The problem with him is that you can never rein that son of a bitch in.
right.
Okay, and he'll get going to the point where he gets himself in trouble, just
He
like
does.
we've seen him. I mean, he was telling people to bet the over on fucking soccer games, and the over was set at like 7-5,
Yeah, something like that.
right? And the game ends in 0-0.
Yeah, in penalty shots. You know,
And,
it's like
and I mean, and he's got people that are got thousands of dollars on these games.
he got bad intel, man.
And that's what I got bit into. No,
Yeah.
you didn't, dude. You're just not good at your
No,
job.
he just didn't find his thing.
You're
so
not good at your job, dude.
no, he wasn't a very good phone screener.
Well, that.
But at least it only cost us a Slurpee a time. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, so
No,
but
that
he
was
wasn't a
easy.
good phone screener. And then, especially when he took that over for the whole, bookie business. But
Dude, that really ruined shit.
that really was a bad
Okay.
time. But then,
Yeah.
he got what was coming to him, I guess, from what we understand.
I guess, dude.
So,
So is there a chance? Are we bringing him on tonight? What's the deal?
that's, I would love for people to just hear what he's up to, because I think he's got a fascinating story to tell. Again, I came back, I bounced with him, and,
Yeah.
we went and we got some food and we hung out for a bit, and he filled me in on what he's up to.
All right.
And I think that, again, is how did you get involved in this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Well, yeah. I kind of want to.
So, because I was in the same situation, like, what the fuck? Last I heard you were in Colombia, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
So-
that's what it was. Columbia.
So,
that's
yeah,
right.
so he filled me in.
Because he ended
on-
up floating there on the door.
Yeah.
We know a person who floated on a door over oceans.
Yeah. Just rode that fucking current.
That's
man.
some weird shit.
It
All right,
is.
you got your phone?
I do.
Might as well do it now, dude. Fuck it.
Okay.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. No, No, go ahead and use the landline right there.
Oh, right on.
Just use the landline real quick.
Yeah, good plan.
We'll get Bondi in here.
Okay,
and we'll
sounds like
figure
a
this
plan.
out.
All right, I'll be right back here.
All right, grab the landline.
All right, here we go.
All right, call up Bondi. And go ahead and click it in. Plug it in. Sorry, I didn't plug it in.
I'm sorry, man. Okay.
Thank
here
you.
We go.
Thank
here
you.
we go. Okay.
Hello, is this Bondi?
Oh, thank you, sir. This is Mr. Stones. Yes, sir. This is James Bondi, your old friend. Thank you so very much, sir.
James, how are you, buddy?
Oh, you can't even understand how happy I am to hear from your voice right now, sir.
Well, you
Because
just saw me like fucking 6 hours ago.
Oh,
dude.
but I know it has been so long, and it like I was saying to the toy earlier, it's a very magical day. You see, I came into town to try and find some work. You see, and I was trying to do some things. And
hey, Bondi, take a breath. Take a breath.
I'm sorry. I get
It's
so
okay.
excited. I didn't
I
even
know,
have a
but,
Slurpee
like,
yet. Okay, that's not true. I did have a Slurpee. I had the Mountain Dew one, and then somebody poured a little Red Bull in there, and I got a little excited, Bondi. So
Okay,
but
Bondi.
but I'm gonna have a late night tonight. You see, because you see, there's gonna be open mic night. But we'll talk about that in a little while. Because
Open mic night. Oh, open mic, like comedy, right?
No, yes, sir. I do not sing. I'm not a good singer.
You do
though.
not sing?
No, no.
Do you
no,
play
no.
guitar?
No, I play the sitar, sir, but I do not play that here because you see, I could not bring it in. I did not have a bag
You play
for
a
my
sitar?
Seat,
Not a
yes.
guitar.
No, no.
What's the difference between a sitar and a guitar?
See, the guitar, you see, you play along, you strum, you say, yeah, do good song, and yeah, chords, and all
Yeah,
those
do you know
things.
any songs, any words to any songs?
I think
How about
that-
rock and roll in the USA? Can you sing me a chord?
I
Rock
like
and
to
roll.
rock and roll in the USA.
Close, but okay, that's
good.
good. That's good. That's close.
I
but-
don't remember how that
okay.
one
And the
goes, I'm
sitar
sorry.
is
The sitar, so you sit
Sits-
with the
sit.
sitar. See, you sit when you
Sit.
play it. You sit on it.
You seat on
You
it.
sit on it. You see, and then you play
you
it. and
seat on it.
You seat the tar. You
Seat
see,
on it.
When you seat, you have tar. It's a very messy instrument. you see,
Toy,
but
please. Toy, are you seriously, dude?
dude, I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Dude,
He's
seriously.
excited to see you. So
Seriously,
I can't.
seriously.
James, please, on task. And just, sir, I'm sorry, sir. Okay, we talked about this, man. We talked about this. Now, just,
All right,
just
listen.
be
So
cool.
here's what we're gonna do.
Okay, so
James.
Mr. Stones.
No, I have a question, James.
Oh,
James,
please, Mr. Stones.
James.
Yes, sir.
My
Yes,
question.
sir.
Please tell me what's been going on, dude. What's where you last time we talked to you? You made your happy little ass all the way down to Columbia. You started messing around with cocaine hippos.
Oh boy, that was an adventure. Yes,
and
sir. it
and
was.
you were currently running from some people you gave some bad betting advice to. And,
That's
and we don't
true.
have to go over all that now. But are you still in Columbia?
Oh, no,
Are
no,
you
sir.
living here now,
No,
or are you
but-
just visiting us?
No, I'm planning on going on tour. You see, I go to James Bondi on tour. Is what I'm trying
James
to do.
Bondi on tour.
Yeah, they want to go on the tour. I'm trying to get the tour bus, and
But
I'm trying to get the driver. You see,
don't
and I'm trying to
sing.
get the. No,
You
I'm
don't
trying
play
to-
the sitar.
No, I do. It's just very
play the
messy.
drums?
No.
Didn't ask.
No, I
figured
don't
I'd
play
ask.
the drums. And the sitar, you see, I do play it, and I play it quite well, you see, but it's unfortunately a very messy instrument. Most people don't want to play it because you see it, and then there's tar everywhere, and it's a sitar.
So you
what I
see
say?
the tar everywhere.
Right, you
It's
see that everywhere. It's bad time.
Crazy.
See,
Got it.
You
got it.
understand why I do the comedy, you see. That's a very funny joke.
That's not funny, but
I don't
yes.
know,
So
dude, that
you're
was pretty funny.
you're-
I
you're-
got to give him that one, bro. That
okay.
was
You
pretty
can
funny.
give him that one, but I'm not
But you
sure
see that, but you
anybody
see
takes it.
the seat in the tar, you see, it's very messy.
I want to ask.
So-
Okay, hold on. Listen. Fine.
Okay, but you asked me about the cocaine import and how I got here.
Yes, I'll
Okay,
talk
so
about your
I-
comedy shit in a little
Go-
bit.
go-
You
I
can
go
plug
on to-
whatever you want.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Stones.
God, just
this
answer the
is-
fucking question.
Okay, so I was in the Colombia, right? And I was trying to deal with the cocaine hippos because you see there's a
Mm-hmm.
big problem with the hippopotamus there because Pablo asked about
We don't
the
have to go
hippos.
down the whole thing again.
Well,
We
I
know
can't
that.
remember how much you remember. So there was all these hippos.
Dude, when you say cocaine hippos, it's not hard to forget.
Okay, that's
Okay.
very true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was looking for some way to get rid of the debt that I had incurred with the people that tried to take out the debt. You see.
The debt.
Yes, you see, I owed the people, Bernard. You just
debt.
mentioned,
Okay.
as you just mentioned, I owed the people the monies. You see, because I gave them bad advice, and I said, if you do not hurt the James Bundy and give him too much pain, I don't want too much pain. You see. Yeah, man. Wait a second. What do you see? Sometimes there's a good enough pain, but then there's not too much
What
pain.
kind of pain?
Too much pain. You see, there's good enough pain. There's okay pain.
What's good enough
Then
pain?
there's terrible pain.
Like good enough pain, like getting your dick ridden wrong, but
like-
you're still about to blow.
Or like
Is
that's-
that a good enough pain for
like,
you?
It's enough pain to say, hey, I'm very much alive right now. I can feel
Oh.
all of the senses.
Oh,
You see, I'm very
okay.
much alive. That's a good pain.
Like a small stabbing.
Yes, it's like what? Yes. I don't know the small ones. I only know the big ones, unfortunately. It's been a very hard road for James
Oh,
Bundy, you see.
it's
But
killing
you have
me.
to understand.
Yes.
So I was dealing with
Colombia-
so I was trying to deal with the people there. So what
We
I
have no
ended up
idea.
finding out, you see, I found out
Oh,
that
you
there
found
was there was a gentleman that I had crossed paths with many years ago.
How
When I
many?
was many years.
How many?
Many.
Okay.
Many years.
I'm just curious.
Back in what you say, it was the 80s. It was like 30-something years ago.
Like before we met?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how
wait,
old
wait.
are you again?
We don't want to talk. The
Okay.
gentleman doesn't ask your age, you see. So this is what we talk about.
It's a weird
So-
custom, dude.
So
Really
when we
weird
go-
custom, bro. I'm just saying.
So the gentleman that I used to know a little bit because he had some business with the gambling with me as well. Because if you remember, the gambling was not the first time I had that problem. before.
Yes, I do. I do recognize that.
So there, I had some dealings back in the 80s where there was some gambling that was going on, and I had a gentleman that hired me to do some gambling numbers for him, you see. And it turned out that he came to power and he had some authority, you see. And he
Some
also
authority?
Yes.
It's hard to understand you. Sometimes if you don't slow down enough, bro, I'm just.
so the gentleman that I knew.
I'm just telling you for your own
you see,
good.
he has children. You see,
Okay.
He has children, and the children. I remember the children, the little children, because sometimes I go over to their house. Well, it wasn't really a house, really. It was in a big building, and it had his name on the front. But it was a big old building.
Okay.
You see, and I go over to the children, and I say, "Oh, hello, children." They say, "Hello, James Bundy. We love you, James Bundy. You're just a magnificent James Bundy." And I say, "Yo, all right, thank you. You're very kind children, you see." And it turns out that the children, they like to go hunting, you see.
What are they hunting for?
Whatever they want to.
Whatever they want to.
They just say, they see a tiger, they say, "Oh, I want that tiger." And so they go get a gun and they go bang. And then the tiger fall down, boom, and then
That's
they
what
just,
happens when you shoot a tiger.
And then that's right. And then you take pictures. You see you with the tiger after you go bang, and then
Yeah.
you say, "Look at me, I killed a tiger." And then they take the pictures on these things, and so sometimes they took away the rhinos, and that I know. Dude, they did what? Not those rhinos. No, those are different. You can still get those at the AMPM or the 7-Eleven or any other places you want to go. But you
Okay.
get. Whew, okay. That's good news, man. Don't go telling me the stealing the rhino situation out here.
No, fucking rhinos.
No. The actual rhino, they got the big horn and they go around and they have big poops and they have big farts and they go and so they like to kill those things. So it turned out that what I turned and then the older son,
Yeah.
because they're the brothers, you see, they're two children, they're two boys.
Boys.
The older boy, he also liked the cocaine. Okay, so he likes the cocaine a
I
lot.
can imagine.
So
Yeah.
I said, wait a second.
Wait. Time out. Go.
I said, wait a second, sir. You have.
I just wanted to see if that would work.
I tried to pay attention, sir.
Good
so,
job. Good job.
So I said, okay, sir. I have good deal for you. You see, I have lots of cocaine, and I also have lots and lots of hippos. You see, and I don't know what to do about the hippos, but I can help you with the cocaine. He said, wait a second. you have hippos? And I said, I have many, many, many hippos, you see.
Yeah, there was 88 of them, if I remember
There are
correctly.
many hippos. Well, there used to be, you see. So what happened
There's a
then-
lot more now.
No, no.
No?
Oh, no, no. No more hippo, you see.
No more hippo.
No, you see the hippo?
Okay.
He asked me where the hippo were,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, oh, they right over here in the area where they kind of fenced in a couple of acres, you see, just make sure that the hippo don't just destroy the society, you see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the hippos came over, and the guy come over, and he bring his little brother, and little brother, he has a drooling problem and his big teeth on the front jaw. But anyway,
What does that matter?
he just weird looking.
Okay.
So-
Stop busting chops, dude. You're not the prettiest thing on the planet either.
That's true.
Okay.
That
I'm
is
just
true.
letting you know. I mean,
That is true.
why the fuck you gotta blow out his drooling
Come
chin?
on, Stones. You don't gotta be mean to the guy.
Well,
I
I'm not
mean,
being mean to him, but dude, he's busting some
Well,
chops
I mean-
over a guy who's drooling, and look at him. He's pretty much drooling right now.
Well, these things happen, I guess. So whatever.
All
But
right.
anyway,
Anyway.
you see, so he came in, and he and his brother, they came in. They said, James Bundy, I need some guns and I need some ammunition. And I said, okay, do you need bulletproof vests? And they said, do the hippos have guns? And I said, I don't think so, but you never know. And they said, no, the hippos don't have guns. They don't shoot back. They said, do they bounce off? Do the bullets bounce off? And I said, only if you use the rubber ones. So we not get the rubber ones. We got you the real bullet. So they went out and they
So
went
you're
to the
moving
real
arms.
bullets. And no, I just knew a couple of the dudes.
So you're moving arms.
Not per se. Not per se. I just knew some way to make people know how to
Okay.
meet other people, and then
All
they
right.
have conversation,
All right.
and whatever happens. I just introduce people. You see, I'm just a social individual.
You're just James fucking Bondi.
That's right. I just talk to people, and I say, hello, my name is James Bondi. This is my friend. He is the son.
Arms dealer.
No. I say he's the son of a guy that I used to hang out with a little bit, and then he says, oh, but he asked for something that I don't know how to get a hold of, but I think you know how to get it. And he says,
Because he's
okay.
got the drugs.
Well, no, he got no. Well, that's somebody else. I was talking about another guy about when we go hunting. You see, so we went.
Are we still talking about hunting?
Oh yes, because
I forgot.
So I made.
How does this get you out of Colombia again?
Well, because you see, the person that I sold all the hippos to, and said he could come hunt
Chris,
as much as he wants.
Get a hold of this guy. I just want to know how he got
just
back.
wrap this up. Okay, well that guy, he brought lots of cocaine, and he bought all the hippo, and they shot all the hippo, and he got lots of pictures. He put it on Instagram and Snapchat and all those things. Put it on there, and he got very popular amongst the people. Well, that guy was so happy that he went home and he talked to his daddy, and his daddy said, oh, I remember James Bundy. James Bundy is a friend of mine. He used to give me terrible betting advice, and it made me lose lots of money at the casino I used to own. And I think I named it after a place in his country. And he said, well, wait a second, where's James Bundy from? And he said, I think he's from that place where Belky Bartakamus is from.
Wait, but aren't you from Akron?
Ohio, yes,
Yeah,
sir.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
O-H-I-O.
That's what I thought.
Ohio.
That's what I thought.
That's where I grew up, yes.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
grew up,
thought.
but they was trying to say what country James Bundy from. I
Oh,
don't know.
Gotcha.
I come from America, but you
Yeah.
know, it turns out that guy
Yeah.
not very smart.
Not
So
smart
he
guy.
might think that Ohio is another country. You see.
Oh, so is this part of your tight five,
So
bro?
that's no. That's just an observation.
just funny,
Should I make more
right?
observational humor? I was just trying to think what I just figured out. You know.
That was funny though.
So, well, thank you, sir.
That
I
was
appreciate
funny.
that. That means very much coming from comedy legend like yourself,
Oh
sir.
yeah.
So-
No. Good job, buddy. Good job, Chris. Thank,
Thank
you
you.
for bringing him in.
So, well, no. You want to hear? Do you ask how I?
Oh, shit,
You ask
yeah.
how? So that guy.
Yeah.
He
Because the
goes-
story's not over. I forgot.
So he goes talk to his he talked to his daddy and he says, yes, James Bondy, good guy. I like the James Bondy.
Yeah, he fucked me over.
Magnificent. He's all those things. He said, well, I would like the James Bondy to come back and come see me. I'd like to see James Bondy. Been a long time. And the son said, well, James Bondy's kind of having some troubles around the world right at the moment because he's not really welcome in any place at all.
All over the world.
No place really wants to see the James
No.
Bondy. They say, oh, no, James Bondy. You don't get to come into our country, you see.
And does that bring pain to James Bondy?
Oh, it's too much pain.
Too
you
much
see.
pain?
It's terrible pain.
It's not
Terrible pain. You
not
see,
a
it's
good
not a
amount.
good pain. It's a bad pain. It's a
bad pain.
terrible, bad, too much terrible pain.
Okay. I figured it was. I just thought I'd
Too
ask.
much pain.
I just thought I'd ask.
Too much pain.
I'm sorry,
You see,
Bondi.
so there's
Bonnie,
so much pain.
I'm starting to understand a little bit more.
So he
So-
said, okay, well, I know I can go ahead and take care of that. And I said, how you do that?
You know what's funny, Monty,
do
is
you have-
you've been in America long enough that every once in a while you lose your accent. You notice that?
No.
I'm just, it's funny. You've been in America for so long, every once in a while.
No, I've only
you
been
actually hit a consonant like it's fucking a
back.
consonant.
No, I've only been back in America for like a week and a half.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I have been working on my English. You
Yeah,
see, because
I
my
can
English,
tell.
my English needs some help. You see,
I can
because
tell.
because when
I
I, try
mean,
to talk to the
that's
people,
good.
when I talk to the people, they say, James Bondi, you don't talk right, and I say, I try to talk the best I can.
You do a
but
good job.
But thank you, Stones. I appreciate that, sir. So. Much like the time that Abraham Lincoln lost his helium-filled voice.
Oh, what's wrong? Oh, you remember that show? Very good.
No, that was an excellent. That was I wanted to say it was the Lincoln Smoketacular.
Smoketacular.
Yeah, that was a
Very
good time. I remember that one because there was a very busy day on the phones that day.
Yeah.
Because the people wanted to know how did you possibly get the tape of the Abraham Lincoln giving the speech of the Emancipation Proclamation. You see, he was talking, and I said, well, you see, we had the long time ago, we had the CNN. The Wolf Blitzer. He was an old guy. He went back there and he recorded it, and then the Stones and the Toy know what they're talking about now.
That is awesome, man.
So
Oh, that is awesome.
hold
hold on, Steven Hernandez. He's chiming in. Maybe Bondi took the guys from Wichita, our favorite Conrad and Jack show, okay, and Mexico's idea, and they've been running with it, the hunting jacket back in India. Blue. First of all, he put Blue a seal. He's being an asshole. All right, but
Oh, that's very funny, sir. I'm very sorry about the truck, but that was very funny when the truck kept saying, "Oh, you blew a seal." I might take the toy out with me on the road. He might go on tour with me.
I don't. Well,
Dude, I gotta work and stuff. You know?
I was gonna say he's got a
but
real job.
But the toy you got a real job. You don't get a real job.
Yeah, you got a real job.
You don't have a real job. What
Dude,
kind of
tell him
job
about
you
your new
do?
job.
You blow seals or something? No, dude. I went back in it. Fuck you. First of all, he's the one that blows
I
seals.
thought you
not
guys were
me.
friends.
Well, you know how this goes. But I'm sorry, sir. I did not mean to interrupt. Hey, you just stay out of
Chill.
it. Okay.
Chill. So we
James, do you want to figure out? We'll get him out of here in just a second.
All right.
Okay, so let me just finish the story then, real quick.
What's
So
the story about again?
Well, you asked me how I got back to here.
Oh,
so I
yeah,
came,
that's
so
right.
I
I
came,
did that
so
around
I-
6:12
So I came. So the
today.
guy the guy that I sold all the cocaine to, and
Yeah.
his daddy has some. He knows people, I guess, and he says, "We let James Bondi come here forever and ever because he's a magnificent man." And
No.
but he only but he said that I had to come in from the south. He said I must come in.
The back door? Did he say come in through the back door?
No.
Are you sure?
No, he said something about when a hole in the wall or something about I don't remember. I think he said go to El Paso because there's a stoner.
El Paso.
There's a stoner guy named Beto that just lets all the people in. So you go and you talk to Beto and you say, "Hey, Beto,
Beto?
I'm James Bondi, and
Let
I'm
me in."
supposed to be here." And sure shit.
They let you in, huh?
I walked up and I said, "Hey, Beto, nice tricks on the skateboard." And he said, "Oh, thank you very much. Who are you?" And I said, "My name is James Bondi." And he said, "Oh, that's a very nice name. James Bondi is much like a spy." And I said, "That's what my mother named me after because you see the family name is Bondi." And she was a big fan of Sean Connery, you see. So she just named me James. Because if you listen to me and you look at me, you do not think that I look like a James.
Not at all, dude.
But that
Not
is
at
actually
all.
my name is James Bondi.
Not at all. so that's how you got here.
That's how. Well, that's how.
So
I
you
got
just
back to-
walked in.
Well, yes. I talked to Beto, and then I went through the. It's very magnificent wall, though, I
Who's
must say.
Beto? O'Rourke?
He does.
Beto O'Rourke?
He speaks Spanish, and he speaks the English, and he
Yeah.
speaks the. And he
Like
does
he's a-
cool tricks on skateboard.
He's like a mayor or governor or something.
I don't know.
Yes, one of those guys.
He had long hair and just kind of hippie. So I just thought he was like part of the welcoming committee at El Paso. You come in, you say, hello, Beto, I'm James Bondi. He says, oh, James Bondi, welcome to El Paso.
So it wasn't Sean White that you saw? Because
No,
Sean White
because-
does cool tricks on a skateboard and has nice hair.
Sean White, he's usually on the mountain doing the snowboarding thing anyway. You know,
okay.
so, and,
I'm shocked that you know who Sean White is.
oh, yes, but I used to watch the Olympics, you see.
Oh, that's right, because you used to place bets on him and fuck it all up for
exactly,
everybody.
because I had to
All
watch
right,
all the athletes
all
from
right,
all the different
all right.
countries, and I had to figure out if they win the gold medal, they're going to finish in the bronze or whatever they try and finish in, and I don't know. So I just,
No, you
I
don't.
remember,
That's why you needed to get out of that
I
industry.
just got bad intel, you see. So,
Again, stop it with the intel. Listen, intel is only what you make of it.
so that's true. But so this guy, he wants me to be a part of his show, you see.
What show? What
Well,
show?
So the guy that said, James Bondi, I love you, and I used to take the vetting advice and give it to the people and,
And
all
he
that.
had the rhinos and
Right.
Yeah,
there-
yeah, yeah.
So that guy go around the country now on tour. You
What's
see,
his name?
But he doesn't want me to announce until the tour dates are announced. You see, he doesn't want everybody to
But I
know that James
thought-
Bondi is going to be on the bill.
I thought you said he was already on tour. He was.
He's just making some warm-up shows. You know how it goes. Before you go on
Okay.
the big tour, you go play some small clubs,
Can
and
you
you
give
kind of
me
get
a-
your warm-ups and those
What is his country of origin, if you will?
I'm not sure because he's orange. I've never seen people that are orange.
Okay, so and you cannot give us a name.
No, but I know he's orange, and I know he's very popular. Many people know him. They say yay. They say the no boo. They say the I don't know, but many people
have
know
a
his name.
guess if
Many people
you
know his
wouldn't tell
name.
me,
I
right?
think you might like him though because he has orange and he matches the curtains that are in your studio. You see, so he's not colored, and I think that would be okay. And especially if you punch him in the eye twice, and then he had the black eyes, then he'd be black and orange, and then you say, "Hey, that guy."
Stop working on your Tide 5. We're getting there, all right, Bonnie. We're getting there.
I'm trying to work out new material.
I want to let everybody know this is the Stones and Toy Show. I'm Stones, Toys over there.
I'm here.
Bondi's-
I'm just enjoying the fuck out of watching Bondi
Bondi's-
irritate you.
I fucking hate this part. And we're here with
It's a good
James
time.
Bondi.
James Bondi is in
He's
the
had a
studio.
lot of airtime, and
It does very much appreciate you, sir.
I love you too, buddy. And so we found out how Bondi got back, and he's safe. And
Yes, and all of my problems they'd be taken away. He gave me the not the pardon per se, but he took care of the people that were bothering James Bondi.
Okay,
And
so
he
you're
says-
not-
he
you're not-
says- he
you're
says,
not being
"No,
hunted?"
No, James Bondi, clean slate. That's
no
why James,
Hunt Bondi.
No, James, that's why James Bondi wanted to go on tour, you see, because James Bondi could finally show his head, you see. Nobody
it, okay.
had to get James. Many people still don't like James Bondi.
So did you just
Many
all of a
people are
sudden?
like, no, James Bondi, we don't like that
Now
guy.
that I'm free, I want to do something that would be the complete opposite of what I was just going through. And you decided comedy, or have you always been in this comic kind of stuff? Because, I mean, honestly, Bondi, no, don't get me wrong, dude, but you don't strike me as somebody who could even talk in front of anybody else on stage, bro.
Well, no,
You
but
barely
see,
do it here.
Well, see, the one thing
You
that
know,
I,
you get a time limit there
the
too,
one
right?
thing I'm going to do, the one thing I learned when
You
I went
don't
on that
even
one
realize that.
vacation, I went on the vacation,
Still
right,
doesn't
and they put me, remember I was riding my bike down the road that day, and then the van pulled up, took me on vacation for a while. They put me on the bag on my head, you see.
Still don't know where you ended up, right?
I don't really know either
Okay,
because you see, it was okay. They put the bag on my head, so I didn't know where it's going, and then they started punching me. I said, no, don't punch too much because then you give me too much terrible pain. You see, and then they said, okay, well we punch you this much, and I said, okay, that's good. That's good pain right there. I like that pain. I feel good. And then they said, okay, well, James Bondi, you bad man, you should not feel good. And I said, but if you do feel okay, that's good pain. But then they hit me one more time, and I said, no, that's too much pain. Too much pain. So Anyway, so what I learned was is
Excuse me.
if I close my eyes, I
Look,
pretend that
allergies.
I pretend that nobody's there. So when I go on the stage, you see, I do not look. I keep my eyes closed, and I just say, no, people here. I just talk to tell the story, and I just talking to tell the story. And I really sometimes I pretend that you guys are here
You
because
do
you
a
guys
full
like to
set with
listen
your eyes closed.
every time. Because you see, sometimes.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I got a couple questions. Stop. Okay. when you practice, do you practice with your eyes open?
No.
Okay.
I have to practice my eyes closed because you see, I don't want to see myself even because I know how ridiculous I look if I look in the mirror.
What's the longest set you've done so far?
Well, right now I've only lasted about. I think I made it about 3 minutes. Oh, there's the commercial that I like.
Three
This is a good
minutes.
commercial. Did the baby in the total on the football field?
And
yes.
you're not doing any blind jokes, are you, while you're doing this? With
Well,
your
no.
eyes closed.
I only have a couple of those. I only have
this is
but
horrible.
it really those are more my Alan Keller jokes, and I haven't gotten to those in a bit yet.
Your
so-
avocado jokes?
No, my Alan Keller jokes.
Your avocado
Ellen
jokes?
Keller. See, remember
Oh,
she
your
had
Helen Keller
Yeah, you
jokes.
see, remember she had a
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
And,
That's my joke, asshole.
That's a funny joke.
That's a good
I
joke.
bet James Bond might steal that joke. That's a funny joke.
Oh my God! All right. Well, listen,
That's a funny joke. Yes, it
James. Here's what I want you to do, James. I want you to get ready. I want your tight five. Okay. I'm gonna give you just a minute or two to kind of, I don't know.
is.
Get your
You
shit
want to
right.
see you want me to wow the audience is what you're telling
Yeah,
me.
yeah. But I want you to.
Okay.
I want you to
so
take-
come to the stage, James Bundy. Yay, everybody!
You want me to?
James Bundy.
Would you like me to do that for you?
Oh, would you mind? That'd be very touching. Cause so far nobody ever introduced to James Bundy.
Nobody's
They
ever
say-
introduced the
No,
James
they say
Bondy?
this guy. Dude, good luck.
Okay. Let me see if I can do that for you. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. And
And now, to the stage, James Bondy.
Oh, thank you, ladies and germs. I appreciate you. Oh, I just flew into town, but boy, my arms are tired. Oh, that's funny joke, isn't it? My name is James Bondy, you see, and I just came here to tell you a few jokes, but I'm a little concerned. You see, things be very out of control these days. You see, why are balloons so expensive now? Inflation. That's right. The inflation caused the balloons to be more expensive, you see, because they blow up in it. Yes, you understand. Yes, you understand. Oh, that's very good. That's very good. You know, I'm very much for equal rights and equal opportunities for all people, but did you know that feminists don't like the postal service? No, because it's a male-dominated industry. Did you know, it's funny, Stone, that we were talking earlier about the fact that I play the sitar and not the guitar? Because I'm starting a new band. We're going to call ourselves Blanket. Well, you see, we're a cover band.
you gotta clap out of me.
Well, thank you. That was very good. I appreciate that. That's very nice. I appreciate that. Oh, speaking of bands, you know why the band Police is called the Police?
You know why?
That's a sting operation.
God. All right, cool. So far, you're doing good, man. Keep it up.
Oh, but
The red light's not on yet.
I just got the part in a new movie called Constipation.
Oh yeah.
It's not out yet.
Okay. When does it come out?
Nobody knows when it comes out, but when it does, it's not shitty.
Oh yeah.
But they're already making a number 2.
Well, how are they making it number 2? It hasn't come out yet.
Well, because they know that constipation,
not shitty?
when it's not going to be shitty, you see. So it's not. It's okay. It's going to be
shouldn't-
very good. In
This
that
is your tight five.
this
This
is
shouldn't be a
Hollywood.
back and forth. Come on.
Well, I
Don't
like to-
talk to the audience.
I very much like to interact with the audience, especially because the audience likes to bring me food.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They usually throw tomatoes at me.
I don't think they like you, man. All right,
Oh,
you got,
but I think they should.
you got,
Did
we
you
got
know
a
that-
minute left.
Oh, but I have a very, I meant to tell you last week, Happy Columbus Day.
Oh, yeah.
It's my favorite holiday.
Why is that?
Because I also don't know where the fuck I'm going, and I just hope for the best. That's right.
No, that's
because I
wrong.
never know where anything goes, and that's what
That's
just the same as the Christopher Columbus. He knew no where anything goes. So. And let's see, what else do we need to know about? No, I already told you about the three tomatoes walking down the street, the mommy tomato and the daddy tomato and the baby
no, you
tomato.
didn't tell us that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't tell you about that
No,
one. So they're
no.
walking down the street, and the baby tomato he falls behind, and the daddy tomato gets very upset. He goes and he smashes the tomatoes. The baby tomato smash, and he goes, ketchup. You know, I was wondering, I was thinking of things, and, as the toy was doing his show prep earlier today, he found a story that he showed that was very sad as he was looking for news stories. It was very sad.
Yeah.
And it involved a turtle, you see, and then it
turtle.
made me wonder, what do you call a flying turtle?
What do you call a flying
A
turtle?
helicopter.
Okay. All right. You got about 30 seconds. You better wrap this up. You better kill it right here, dude. You better have one last killer joke.
Oh, no, I can't. Oh, no, my last joke, I think I do all my good ones that I can. Oh, I remember now. Why did the bicycle keep falling down?
Why? Why did the bicycle
because
keep
it was
falling
too
down?
tired.
It was too tired. All
That's
right.
right, but then here's my closer.
Give it up
I
for.
got one more for you.
Well, you better hurry up. They're clapping.
Two goldfish were in a tank. One looks at the other one and says, "Hey, do you know how to drive this thing?"
Good night, everybody, from James
Thank
Bondi.
you very much, James Bondi. Loves you.
Oh, Lord Bondi, I'm sorry. You're going to want to work on that, I think.
Oh, I know.
Little bit.
That was a wonderful
Little bit.
experience. The people seem to enjoy me, though.
The people really seem to
I
enjoy
did,
you.
and I do need
And-
to. I guess,
and,
sir, I take the show notes. I take the credit. The thing that you want to tell me. I
Yeah.
tried again. My English
Yes.
not as good as it could be.
No,
so
I'm just
I tried
reminding.
to think of the
I'm
words.
just reminding you that when you're thinking, don't do it.
Is that part of the problem with the comedy? Did I not deliver the comedy? At the
That's what it
appropriate
is. I think if your
understand
English
it.
gets a little better, I think you might
Okay,
have
I
something here.
practiced that, but I had
Yeah.
to keep my eyes closed. So I cannot read my jokes, you see.
That's the greatest part about your stand-up. I can't wait to see you.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. Again,
will
if I
come-
can get in on...
I
Well,
will
you see
come-
me on the tour with the guy, the orange guy.
Oh, the orange guy.
Yeah, you see me with him.
Orange guy.
And then you see me with his son, because his son liked to... I still know the people in the club. You'd be surprised how much cocaine he goes through in such a short period of time.
Is his son and the father, do they have the same name? One a junior?
Well, yeah, the father, not the junior.
No.
No, the son is the junior.
Okay,
The
that's
son is not the father. The father, not the junior.
Yeah, okay. I think I get it. I think I
Yeah.
know who we're talking about here.
I don't know. You should not know. I do not give any clues.
No, but I think I
There's
know.
nothing going on.
Bonnie, I won't get you in trouble, buddy.
I
but you
appreciate
can-
it because you see, I'm very grateful for. I'm very grateful to the gentleman for bringing James Bondi back and taking care of all the people with the hippopotamuses and taking care of the cocaine that I had to try and offload so that I did not lose my kneecaps. You see, I had all of these things, and the guy, all I had to do was just say, "You wonderful man, you magnificent too." And he said, "Oh, James Bondi, the way that you used to screw over people was wonderful." And I said, "I never meant to do that." And he said, "No, yes, you did."
See,
And
that's what I say.
I said, no, I'm just not very good at the intel.
You and your intel. Well, listen, Bonnie, I know you. It sounds like you're doing well, and in fact, I'm relatively happy for you. It kind of pains me to say that.
Well, thank you, Stones. I very much
Um,
appreciate it. And obviously, I love you, brother. Oh, yes, Mr. Thor, yes, I always appreciate you.
You guys are giving hand jobs to each other while this whole thing's going on. So, but here's the thing I have for you, Bonnie. Are you going to be so busy that you can't come back and screen calls?
Well,
This is your primary job.
well, you see, because the things would always
Bondi, no, I never fired you.
Okay, I misunderstood the
So-
kicking in the butt when you kicked me many times in the butt. And I said,
You
that's
misunderstand.
too much
That's on
pain.
you, buddy.
Well, then, of course, sir.
So you
I
have
did not
no
know that-
show
I did
to
not
this
know
job for over 4 years.
board. You see,
No show, no call, no show. That should be an automatic termination.
Well, that's because I was on another call. You see, I was on the call. There's
weren't
a
on-
negative feedback in the loop.
You were over in Colombia, fucking hippos, I think, for cocaine.
No, no,
That's what it sounds like.
No, I
But
was just
it's
introducing the
regardless-
people. They got the tuta hippos, and the people got the things. and they got
Regardless,
the-
you've been screwing
it's
us over.
Japan.
Are you going to come back and actually screen phones?
I would love to, sir. I would be very honored to give the Stones and the Toy phone and answering service. So if they call to 916 to 367 to 4774, you call the Stones and Toy Show. Talk to the Bundy,
Okay.
and I get you on the air to talk to the gentleman at the Stones and the Toy. You want to talk to them, you talk to James Bundy. James Bundy put in good word for you.
And you're
then they
not
take the
going to
phone
give
call.
them any more advice?
No more advice. Even if you ask James Bundy for advice, no advice. That was one of the deals that James Bundy
Yeah.
made with many people and to himself, that he does not want to do that
gonna
anymore.
do that anymore.
No, that was bad decisions.
Bad decisions. And then lastly, the pay is the same. So I don't want to negotiate, period. So
Just being in your presence, sir, is pay enough, sir, and I very much gratefully enjoy the Slurpees that you pay me.
okay, well, one Slurpee a day, like I said.
I appreciate this Slurpee very much, sir.
You got it, Bonnie. Well, hey, it's great checking in with you. It sounds like we might see you a little bit.
May I have hug Mr. Stones back?
No.
No. I sorry, Stones.
Well, we're in the middle of a show. I don't want to get up or anything. Like-
James Bundy understand.
Yeah.
But James Bundy give the fist bump.
All right, James Bondy with the fist bump. Jesus Christ, I didn't. Wow. All right, Chris, can you walk him out of here real quick, please?
Yep, no problem.
All right, just get rid of him. Oh my Lord, that's just sometimes too much. Sometimes it's just the right amount of.
All right, man. I'll see you. Yeah, I'll be in touch.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, no. Thanks, bro.
Later, bro.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming in. I got a show to do. All right, man. I don't know if I hate you or I kind of like you for at least, getting us a phone screener back, but I'm just not sure how to take this whole thing.
He's a handful, man.
I'm really not
he's
sure.
He's a handful for sure, but I think he's.
You think he's turning the corner?
I think he's. I don't know. I mean, you heard him. He sounds much better than he did. He sounds like he's owning this shit a little bit.
Yeah,
kinda
owning his
being-
shit and not being able to understand shit that comes out of his mouth are not the same thing. Like,
It's an acquired talent,
Taste.
skill
taste.
to understand really
Taste.
truly
It's
what
an
James
acquired
Bondy is
taste
talking about.
to listen to that son of a. All right, listen. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Just cut me a little bit of slack.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot today.
I don't know. There were some funny jokes in there, though.
To add Bondi's tight five
That was
to my
very
day today,
beyond generous.
I didn't think I was.
But I
gonna be able
thought
to
you
do
would be
that, but-
intrigued about how he ended up here because of.
Well, I mean, I am. I get it. Listen.
I mean, that's a wheel and a deal, and to offload all those hippos and a fucking half ton of cocaine.
I don't. But see, that's the thing is that remember we had this conversation about Bondi before, and that Bondi's the type of son of a bitch who had these hippos, right? But and cocaine fueled hippos, and would think, dude, what if I just fed him more cocaine and then just fucking sold the hippos to coke dealers? I still don't believe that it was that easy for him, right? That yeah, dude, I got rid of all the hippos and all this coke too. It was just that I don't believe it's that easy for him. I don't. And so I have a hard time
based on
buying.
his description of the buyers, though.
Well, I mean,
I
you
think
guys
he's-
talk a lot more than I'll
I think
ever
he's-
talk to him.
I think he's a lot smoother when it comes to people like that than you'd think.
All right. Well, listen, like I said, you guys are like, butt buddies.
No, we just understand each other. That's all. That's all.
You guys are cut from the same cloth.
There's no cuddles or anything like that. It's all fine.
I'm not buying that. Well, anyway, that was nice. I guess hopefully I didn't even ask him. We'll have to ask him if he can come back and start doing it next week.
He'd be next week. He's
the
gonna
whole-
be not available next week.
Oh, is he not
rolling
available?
with me. He's gonna be with me next week.
Oh, that's right. You actually have a big thing
I'm
coming
not
up.
able to get there tomorrow or next week either.
Let's perfect. segue.
There you go.
People need something to do on a Thursday night or a Friday night coming up.
That's right.
I got 2 great venues for you to rock out with your cock out.
There you go.
All right.
So the Tacky Phalanges will be playing at a brand new establishment in town called Rock and Brews.
I mean, it's Fast Fingers,
It
by the
is
way.
it's the former Paradise Island out at Cal
Yeah.
Expo, and they've kept it, from what I understand, intact. So they've got the mini golf course.
Yeah.
They've got the batting cages.
I drove by there the other day.
They
just to
also
see.
threw in, a restaurant and a bar and a 500 room
Seat.
for 500, people to go.
Got a
listen
little
to music.
amphitheater.
Yep, and then they're going to build an 8,500 seat one outside.
Holy batshit.
So,
Robin.
so
and so
anyway, we're playing.
and they had Tesla come out and
Tesla
test
came
it.
in, tried it out,
Made
and,
sure it was
made
all
sure
good to
it's
go.
all good, so
and then guess who got the next phone call?
that's right.
Tacky
Then
Phalanges.
The TP is in his house, so we're playing Thursday night, 9 to 11, on the next Thursday, the 28th, and then next
Set
Friday.
your swatches, people.
That's right. Next Friday, we're playing at the Purple Place up in El Dorado Hills.
That is your
from-
home bar.
It is from 8 to 11. It's our now semi-annual, because we had to miss last year.
Halloween show.
Halloween show. So we are going to be in costume.
And
But I can't tell you what we're going to be,
I
because
got
you
the-
got to be there for that.
I got the early look on it too.
Yep.
Dude, if y'all want to laugh, Bonnie ain't got shit on this costume. I'm just telling you, dude. I saw it. Man, Bonnie ain't got shit.
So we'll see.
It's
So-
funny, man.
Yeah.
That shit's funny. I would
Yeah.
definitely come out and see you guys.
So yeah, so a couple gigs next week. So can't unfortunately join you because I'll be setting up gear and stuff like that.
So should I just do a solo show without you? I've never
you're
done
more
that.
than welcome
I've
to.
never done that. That's weird.
No, you did one for a little while when you were just calling me, trying to wake me up to come to the show. at
Those
7
were
o'clock at night.
those were solo shows with intent.
Yeah.
You know what I could do is just do a show, call you the entire time. You won't hear your phone.
That's
but
true.
it would just be funny. I could just leave you voicemail
That's
after
true.
voicemail after
But
voicemail.
I do believe that we are going to live stream that.
The
This
show?
time, I think we're going to plug in the filming device so it doesn't die a couple minutes into the broadcast.
That'd be smart, guys.
Yep. So I think that's going to be on the Tacky Phalanges Facey Space page,
Word.
which I heard we have.
And you guys
So-
you guys have expanded on the catalog ever so
Significantly.
So-
We've got several new songs.
So it'll be a good time. Good time to any more that you're singing on, just to warn people about.
Not at this moment.
I just
no.
want to warn anybody out
Well,
there,
yeah,
just in case.
actually, there is one.
Oh,
There is
okay.
one now that I think about it. I get to sing backup, kind of.
Okay, well, if you're I mean lead vocals. Is there any that you're doing lead
Well,
vocal
that's
on?
the thing. That's the thing is it's so there's a lead vocal part
Yeah.
where that is done by the female, and Noelle's going to be joining us for the gig, so
All
that's
right.
going to be excellent.
Nice.
So the female sings the lead part, but then there's a male part that sings right along with
Along the same
or
scale?
not along, but like behind her.
Okay.
So it's got a little bit of lead vocal part to it.
Okay, so just warn the folks that they're gonna have to listen to you sing.
I know,
Okay.
and that's going to
Just
be
warn 'em.
we've already done the 2 songs in or 1 song in 2 decades. So I mean,
Hey,
it's not
man. You're
not really how it's supposed to be.
you're cranking out the hits the way you're
Seriously,
doing it.
but
man.
that's how I did it. Like when I was a little kid in the '80s, I got to sing some, and then I didn't sing anything again until
The
2000s, and then I didn't sing again until 2021. So I mean, it's like 1 song every couple of decades. It seems to be about the right.
Yeah, no, I think you need to start upping that, dude. I think you need to start upping that.
And
You
then-
just need to practice, dude. Sing more in the shower.
Oh, dude, that's all I do.
That's not all you do in the shower.
Well, that's true. I scrub I condition my hair.
You
Make
wash
sure
your
I
ass.
make sure I got lots of bounce and volume.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Of course, I wash my ass.
Wash
Gotta
your
wash
ass.
your ass today.
Wash your ass today.
Always got to
You
do
wash
that.
your ass today.
Always got to do that.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. You got to keep yourself clean, man. The only way to get laid by staying clean. You know that? It's hard to be a dirty motherfucker and get laid.
That's true, but
And
I don't think the key to
unless
getting
you're-
laid is being clean. I think it
Not
just helps
key.
you.
Not key, but it's one of the big things, man.
It definitely is.
One of the big things.
It's a door opener and certainly a door closer.
But here's the thing. So you talk about like how nasty. You don't have to be clean, but it's a door opener and this and that. So literally my brain's a fucking zoo most of the time.
That's true.
And this crossed my mind the other day, and then it was reinforced today while we were in the fucking car with Bondi when I got him to shut up for 2 seconds
Right.
and I put on some comedy
Right.
radio, right? But this came across my mind the other day. If you had to be an animal that is not a human, okay?
Okay.
So an animal, because we're animals, right?
Right.
But an animal, and your pick was based solely on how awesome it would be to fuck that other animals of your same species, what animal would you choose?
Okay. I'm gonna go with a duck.
Because that's easy. Because you're like not even giving it a second thought. You're like, oh, fuck like a duck, right? I want to fuck like a duck so I can fuck other ducks like ducks. Wait, is that actually that cool? Is
Quack,
it really?
quack, quack,
like
quack, quack.
The easy one is a dog, right?
No.
I want to be a dog so I can fuck like the doggy
Nah,
style.
I think I'd like to be a horse.
Because why?
Horses are pretty,
Pretty, and because you
and I
as
might be able to slide in a zebra here and there.
because you as the male are sporting the cock of all cocks on the planet.
Horses are pretty.
So you're sticking with horses are pretty. You're sticking with horses are pretty.
I don't know what I'd want to fuck as another animal.
That's what I'm saying, but because you think again, you just got to follow me with this one, right?
I'm trying.
Okay, so I'd say 98% of all human beings on the planet want to fuck other human beings,
I would hope so.
whether they're male or female, same or
I get
same
that.
sex, whatever, right?
I get that.
Okay, but there is
Some more than others.
But in the human society, there is maybe a 1.5%, maybe it's less than that. Fine, whatever. But there's a 1% that wants to fuck animals.
That's true.
What drives them to why? What's better about an animal than another human being? So then
It won't talk back.
but then I'm thinking,
It won't report you to the police.
but then I'm thinking, well, in the animal community, right? Because so just for instance, out in front of my house every single day, there are pigeons, there are squirrels, there are crows, or blackbirds, whatever you want to call them, right?
Sure.
And so that's every day. And I have a skunk, okay? And that's in the early morning, right?
Okay.
Every day these animals are out there, okay? Do the squirrels see a skunk screwing another skunk and go, "Oh yeah, that's hella hot," or does it even register to them, other animals? And that's what got me thinking. Well, wait, what if they do? What if they do? What if they look at other animals and, dude, that's hella hot right there? Do they wish that they were something else so they could get some of that? And that's what brought me to, well, then if I had to be an animal, which animal would I want to be in order to be
bears.
be satisfied by getting some from the other species?
I'd say a lion.
That's what I kept coming back to. I
Yep.
kept saying a lion.
Yep.
A lion because it's crazy, it's raw, it's fierce, but then I was like, but sometimes you get hurt. Are you cool with that? Are you cool with the little pain?
Just not too much. Just not too much.
Where's the level?
That's the thing.
You just don't know.
It's always moving.
You just don't know.
You just never
just
know.
don't know.
To each his own, I guess.
See, I couldn't go with like a dog, right? Because you have to be specific. You have to be like the biggest dog ever. Because you know what my situation is at home.
Oh, I
If
know.
I said I want to be a dog and I turned out to be my little dog Coco,
And
living with a big ass male dog who's like, I don't give a shit how fucking small you are.
It's gonna fit.
It's gonna fit.
I
Okay.
don't care what anybody says.
I don't want to be that dog. You know what I mean?
That would be a bad time.
I don't want to be that squirrel. And then I started thinking, I was like, dude, like, what's the most sexual animals out there?
Gorillas.
Why? Just because they're the closest to us?
I'm gonna have to say so. Or
And you-
chimpanzees.
and you're basing that
gorillas.
just solely on their
They're
close connection to the human race.
that and the development of the brain.
And the development of the brain.
because something that is primal as a bird, for instance, doesn't look at another being banging and maybe even recognize what it is, much less
You don't think so?
be like,
You don't
"Oh,
think
yeah."
so? You don't think so?
I think
You
that-
don't think when your
I think
dog's
there
sitting
are
at the end of the bed
No,
and
I
he's
think
watching you bang.
Again, it comes to the development of the brain. And I think that certain animals certainly do, but for the most part, no, because this is how far developed they are.
I think it's a carnal knowledge, and I think all animals are that is carnal, so it's built in. I think that part is something that is not. I don't know. I just don't know if it differs that much between us as a species and any other fucking species on the planet.
That's a really interesting question.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it really
And
is
it
an
just-
interesting question.
And I started getting into I was thinking all right, and we had this conversation a while back. So a worm is asexual, right? That's what we talked about.
Right.
Right. So it does not need a partner to reproduce. Okay. Doesn't need a partner.
Right.
And so I was thinking about that, going, well, then, dude, take a worm and now turn our society into a worm society, right? Is that worm transsexual? Is it? You see what I'm getting at? How do you classify it? And okay, so
however it wants to be classified. Is how you classify
say
it.
the worm's a freak, right?
So let it identify as a
and
freak.
it likes to just be freaky all the time. Well,
Word.
how does an asexual animal masturbate?
Without getting itself pregnant all the
I
time.
was thinking about that,
Very carefully.
How does that happen?
Very carefully.
Because I don't believe. See, something inside of me wants to believe. This is gonna sound weird. Wants to believe in stories like A Bug's Life.
I never saw it, but okay.
Do you know what it is?
It's about a bug's life.
There you go. Like they have.
What was the last thing that went through that bug's mind when he hit the windshield? His ass.
But
I'll have to give that one to
yeah, I was
Bonnie.
gonna say you're gonna have to give that one to Bonnie. That was good. No, but so A Bug's Life is essentially it's like, look at bugs live like we live, down where we can't see. They got little houses, little cars. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't believe that bugs have little houses and little cars, but I believe they have some kind of
relationships and fucking drama. And
absolutely, bro, absolutely. It doesn't make sense for squirrels just to be dying at random on the street in front of cars unless they're fucking depressed because of a girlfriend who just broke up with them.
Possibly.
And because they can't drive their own car into a fucking...
Yeah, they would rather drive their car, but they're upset about it, so they just
No,
get
they
run
don't
over.
have cars, is my
I
point.
know, because they ain't got no job.
No, because they're squirrels.
And their credit is shit.
No, because they're squirrels. They don't have all the same shit. Now you're just making a joke of what I'm saying.
Really?
Dick.
That's all right. You're expanding on a thought that I had a long time ago when
What
I
was
was
that?
looking at squirrels, and I was wondering why is it we think that all animals of the same species know each other?
But why don't we?
But
But
do
why wouldn't
and,
they?
And then do they turn around and think the same thing about us?
That's why I'm saying I think all of it is way more intelligent than we give it credit for.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Because
How do you test that though?
That's what I was gonna say. What authority out there is the one who said, you know what? Squirrels just don't have the capacity for love. They just don't. Who said that?
Somebody that was scorned by a squirrel.
So how do we know that a squirrel doesn't have the capacity
Because
for
they
love?
got stood up by a squirrel.
Stood up by another squirrel.
Yep.
Like I don't know, and so yeah, like I don't. Like part of me thinks that there's 3 squirrels that are here that mess with my dog every day. I think they're a bunch of little hoodlum boys that
All
literally
hanging out together?
they all hang out together, come over here and rile up the neighbors, and then take off. Like it's a game to them, and
Yeah.
they know it. Dude, I was sitting in the garage the other day, which is now the shed.
So are you saying you want to fuck a squirrel?
We'll circle back. We'll circle back. But listen, I'm sitting in the shed, okay, and I have this new net up, right? Keep the flies out.
Right.
And there are no flies in there.
Nope.
Okay. And then
Because there's a net. It
and then a
works.
couple minutes later, there's a fly in there. Oh, what? And I was like, dude, how smart are fucking flies? Okay, how they have to be hella smart. How the fuck did he get in here? He literally spent his time, his 24 hours on this earth.
Ain't got nothing else better to do, man.
Fuck, I'm gonna find the opening. Nope, fuck it, I'm finding the opening. No, I'm gonna keep finding the opening.
As previously established,
And then
he
they
ain't got a job, son.
And then
he
they
ain't
find
got nowhere to go.
Then they fight, and then he goes
He got
right in
nothing
the
to do.
opening, gets himself right up in there.
And it was Friday.
It was Friday.
Ain't got no job.
No.
Ain't got shit to do.
Got shit to do.
He knows what's going on in that shed. I'm gonna get high.
Yeah, no shit.
That's all he's doing.
I didn't think about that part.
So there you go.
God damn it! I'm tired of sharing my weed with animals and shit.
Well, they don't take much.
They
It's
take
like
enough.
that's like the old joke.
They
Of,
take
you know,
enough.
You know, waiter, there's a fly in my soup. Oh, don't worry, he won't eat much.
No, I don't remember that joke,
That's
Chris.
another dumb one.
Give that one to Bondi, you jackass.
That's a dumb one.
All right, we have some other shit, dude. I seriously want to talk about this. What time did we start?
Earlier. Earlier than
Is it
it
seriously
is right
7:09 right now?
now. If that's what the clock says.
Wow, where's the time gone, dude?
Where have all the good times gone?
Transsexual worms. Yes, Janae. I said, and dolphins. And she wants to be a falcon or a dolphin.
Okay. Falcons are rad.
But why? Okay, but a falcon as the main sexual predator that it is, I don't see it as one. But again, how do we know? We don't know. We don't have cameras in falcon homes. We don't have POV camera shots. Okay,
That's a new industry we ought to get
we
into.
don't have animal porn.
Well, there
we-
was one that
we
went
have-
viral the other day.
We have sections of animal porn that are gross motherfuckers doing nasty things with animals.
And Tijuana.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's nasty. I don't like that. I'm talking about animal on animal, but with a deeper connection.
Like they really understand each other.
Like they
They're
do.
communicating on a no whole other level.
Like you got to take a girl out. A bird's got to bring a worm to the chick's house, right? Like that's not that worm. Okay, keep it in your pants, Smalls. Got to get through the door first.
Which door?
Back door always.
Always.
Always. Oh man, where did this has gone over the top. I know what you know what? I know what's gonna save this. I know what's gonna save this.
I'm afraid of what's gonna save this.
I know what's gonna save this. Are you ready for what's gonna save this?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep, I knew that's
It's
what it was
time
gonna
for
be.
Tales from the Ambulance with the toy.
We got Tales from the Ambulance.
All right, so this one's gonna be a better week, I think.
Yeah, this one I think. Yeah, I got to preview the story. Didn't hear the whole thing, but I got to preview it. So
the story is took place. I want to say it was Sunday-ish. Might have been Saturday. Hell, it could have been Monday. I don't
you don't
remember.
know.
I don't remember. Sometime
last week.
last week.
Easier.
We get called out to way out in agricultural land for a vehicle rollover. So
That's a scary thing just to hear.
so we're like, okay, that's cool. So we drive all.
It's
the
not
way out
really
there.
cool.
Right,
It's
but
a vehicle
that's-
rollover, Chris.
Well, you know what I mean. Like we got the information. All right, got it. We're on the way.
On the way. Okay.
So we drive ourselves down there.
Just humanizing
And
it.
as we're driving, as we discussed last night, the ambulances have a governor on them, so that we're only allowed to travel 82 miles per hour.
You got a governor on that?
And as I was driving the ambulance down to the call, CHP was coming up behind me. And so I moved over for them, and they proceeded on past me as if I had just stopped the ambulance, gotten out, decided to have lunch and all that, because he disappeared within the next 30 seconds or
Yeah.
so, just flying. So they get out to the scene.
And your gun's going 82.
Yep. So finally we show up and we walk out to the field, and we have to hop over a couple of like drainage ditches kind of thing, and we get out there, and there's a car out in the middle of the field that has clearly been rolled over. Now, this is a wide open, probably 3-acre field.
Talking like a wheat field or some shit like that.
Something like that. It had all been cut down.
Yeah,
So it wasn't actually anything going on agriculturally in
just
the field.
dirt.
That's what it's for. So, yeah, dirt and dead grass.
Dirt and dead grass.
On the other side of the road is a big orchard, walnuts or peaches or something that is out there. So we get to the
I like peaches.
peaches for me. So I asked the CHP officer.
I'm gonna turn it off, dude.
Hey, what happened? I know. Hey, what happened? He said one of the ag workers called it in. So one of the guys working in the orchard saw this car out in the field and all beat up and called it in. So they got out there and there was this dude.
So it wasn't there obviously the day before when the ag guy was there.
Correct. So,
But the next day the ag guy gets there
yeah.
and it's there. He doesn't see it.
Right.
He just sees
He
the
sees
aftermath.
He sees this wrecked car out in the middle of this field. And as we come walking up to the car, there are parts and pieces to the car, like all over the place. There's broken glass, there's pieces of the bumper, there's,
Does it look like the Back to the Future scene when the car comes back from the future and then like the...
It's not all frozen like?
Yeah,
no,
like
it's not like that.
Not like that,
No,
damn.
it wasn't like that. No, it was just
That'd've
like
been cool.
just pieces of, tail lights and headlights and window parts and whatever, just shit everywhere.
And it was not an alien.
Lots of
so-
lots of stuff from inside the car is scattered about, mail and whatever.
All right.
So
Any body parts at this point?
not at this point.
Yeah.
So we come walking up, and I looked at the CHP officer, and I said, hey, what's going on? He said, ag worker called it in, found it out here, came back as stolen. And this guy was sitting in the car. All right. And I walk around the corner of the car, and there's this dude sitting there, an African heritage gentleman, sitting in...
A black male. We
Yeah.
could say that.
He's a black guy. He's sitting on the ground, and he's in handcuffs behind his back, and he's leaning up against the car in the shade,
Yeah.
legs out in front of him. And I said, all right, what's going on, man?
They don't call us English Americans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
I just think that, and I've heard that argument before.
Yeah,
I just think it, fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what I mean?
So he...
Anyway, sorry, don't mean to be
It doesn't... it really doesn't play that much of a part of the
No,
story.
not at all. Not at all. I just
Had
hate...
ear itch.
Yeah, I
so,
just hate that.
So I said, all right, man. Well, what's going on, man? And he just looks at me. And I said, what's your name? He doesn't say anything. So I look at the cop and I said, you got a name? And he said, nope, he won't talk. And I said,
We have a mute.
I said, okay. Well, what happened? He just looks at me. I'm like, were you driving this car? And now, at this point, my partner had walked around the car and looked all around the car, and he's like, there's no airbags. And I said, but did he have a seatbelt on? And he said, no, he was just sitting in the driver's seat. And I said, okay. And I start looking very closely at this guy. There is not a fucking mark on him.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not a mark. No blood, no bruise, no broken glass, no nothing. And there is, mind you, there's shit all over the place. From
Everywhere.
this car being rolled over, and it's dented on the roof.
It's
dented
destroyed.
It's been flipped.
Yeah.
Definitely. So there's no way that he wasn't wearing a seatbelt with no airbags going off, and he is just sitting here without a mark on him.
No shit.
So I'm like, all right. So I look at his pupils, and they are pinpoint, but it's bright outside, so
Okay.
I'm going to give him that a little bit. And it's hard to shade him enough to really get him to dilate and react, So, all right, that's in the back of my mind that maybe he's on a narcotic or an opiate or something.
All right,
Right.
you have a suspicion.
But I'm going to see what's up with him. So I'm
Okay.
like, hey, man, you got to talk to me. Tell me your name. Are you hurting? Are you sick? Are you injured? What's
Ask
going
me
on?
the questions right now.
What's your name? Exactly. Just fucking silence. But staring at me. And I was like, how was he when you got him? They're like, cooperative, just like this. And I was like, okay. They're like, yeah, we told him to get out of the car, and he stood up and he walked out of the car.
Did he make a facial expression of any kind?
Not so much.
No?
Just kind of looked at me blankly.
Okay.
And
Didn't
then,
mean mug you, but didn't
didn't
smile
mean mug
at
me,
you.
didn't smile at me, just kind of just knew I was there, but didn't really give me anything other than, yeah, you're here, So, okay. And so they were like, yeah. And so then we found out the plates, were stolen.
Oh, stolen
Or
vehicle.
stolen vehicle. He goes, we placed him under arrest. And I said, how'd that go? And they said, fine. I told him to put his hands behind his back. He did. And so I put him in cuffs, and I said, all right, have a seat in the shade. So he sat down. I'm like, okay.
No shit.
Okay.
So cooperative but non-responsive.
Not verbal.
Okay.
So, but we'll follow orders, no problem. We'll, so I'm like, look, man, here's the deal. You got to talk to me, because if you don't talk to me, the only thing what I'm going to end up having to do is I have to put a collar on you. I'm going to have to put you on an uncomfortable board, and I'm going to have to strap you down to that board. I'm going to have to tape your head down, and then I'm going to put a big needle in you. And then when we get to the hospital, the first thing they do in the trauma room is they stick their finger in your butt to see if you're bleeding internally. That's called the UC Davis handshake. So if you don't want any of that to happen, let's save ourselves all the trouble. Tell me what happened.
I didn't know you were a Hogan fan.
Exactly. Just talk to me. And he fucking just stared at me.
No, but he didn't even do that.
Yeah, but
he didn't go, no, right?
Well, no, because I mean, he was kind of looking at my partner.
But
and
he
stuff
didn't
like
say
that.
anything.
He didn't say anything. He just moved his head and just kind of just looked at me.
It's
again.
hard to verbalize non-verbalness on the radio.
So he just stared at me blankly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I guess we got to go this route. So we get everything going,
and how was putting the collar on him and strapping him down and all that stuff?
Totally fine.
Did he even flinch?
Nope, not at all. not in the least.
But totally compliant.
Totally compliant. Didn't fight us, but didn't act like he was just out of it. Like when we rolled him over, he helped roll himself over.
Yeah.
It was like he let us do, and even kind of helped, but wasn't talking to us. So it was like, what the fuck, man?
So the only way he's defying you at this moment, or anybody else at this moment, is by not vocalizing.
Yeah, because I have no idea what he is doing out in the middle of this field in this car.
Well, you're an EMT medic combo crew that has just come out there. You know nothing other than the call that was dispatched to you, correct?
Yeah, and even then, the call that's dispatched is 95% of the time not what we're actually there for. So you have literally no connection to this whatsoever. Yeah, no idea what's going on.
So if there is no communication, there really isn't any.
Yeah, so we're all just trying to kind of piece this shit together and being like, whatever. And so we're like, all right, well, so we get him on the board, we get him on the gurney, and the CHP officer comes over to me and he goes, can't we just go to Rideout? Which is a closer hospital.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd really like us to. And he goes, because you said something about UC Davis. And I was like, I was just kind of trying to scare him into talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, the finger in the butt threat usually
normally
gets somebody's attention,
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, all right. I'm like,
me.
but I'll let you know, because I have to call them and find out, if it's cool that they take them, because they're not a trauma facility.
Yeah.
And so I
certain level of patient has to go to a certain place.
Yeah, certain things dictate where people end up going.
Yeah.
So, given the fact that he was potentially a neurological patient by potentially a traumatic reason, he needed to go to a neurologically trauma hospital.
And the reason why that was determined was because of
he's sitting in a car that had been flipped over clearly, and he is not talking. That is not normal.
So if a word had been spoken,
if he had said something to me that made any sort of sense, then we could have gone somewhere else with this. So,
all right. I'm trying to catch up.
So, I get
so bizarre, bro.
We get him in the back of the rig, and I grab the cell phone and I call the hospital and I talk to the nurse and I tell her what's going on and I give her this kind of report.
Yeah.
All right. So we got called for a rollover. We showed up to a car that had clearly been rolled over. There was a dude sitting in the car without a mark on him or any evidence at all that he was actually in the car while it was moving because he didn't have a seatbelt on and there are no airbags deployed. So there is no way that he didn't sustain any injuries.
Unless he is Gary Busey.
And then I was all, but he won't talk to me. And she's like, what do you mean? I said,
and that's not Gary Busey.
I was like, he will look at me. He will do what I ask him to do, but he will not say a word. And she's like, okay. And she's like, how are his pupils? And I was all, they're pinpoint and constricted. I'm going to
Yeah.
give him some Narcan and see what happens. And she's like, okay, what's his GCS, which is the Glasgow Coma Scale. So we measure people's mental abilities by their eye opening, their motor function, and their verbal function, or their eye opening, their verbal, and their motor function. So
he gets a 0 for verbal.
So it's 1 through 4, 1 through 5, then 1 through 6. So you
Okay.
add them up and you get 16 or 15 if it's a perfect score.
All right.
So the first one, he's got his eyes open, so he gets a 4. That's
Yes.
an alert. Okay. The second one is verbal. That can be normal conversation, confused conversation, incomprehensible sounds,
Nonverbal.
like no sounds, and then or not like just sounds, and then nonverbal. So he was a 1 there. 'Cause he didn't speak.
So he's a 5 total so far.
Right, and
If you're
then we
keeping
go over to
scorecard
motor,
at
and then
home.
we go over to motor function. And that's 1 through 6.
Uh-huh.
So the first one is obeys commands, and then then from there it just starts ticking down to the part where you have 1 again, 0. Or,
Okay.
where nothing. So again, a rock has a Glasgow of 3. Okay,
So he's
a dead
good.
guy and a rock have the same Glasgow of 3. This dude has a Glasgow now of 11.
Because
So
he got a 6
he got
and
a
a
6 and a 4,
5.
a 6 and a 4, and a 1.
and a 1. Yeah, 6 plus the 5 equals 11.
That's correct.
And that is not a good number to have if you're being transported to a hospital because
when we get to, well, if you are a trauma patient, then if you have a Glasgow of less than 14 with a significant mechanism of injury or a way that you got hurt
Yeah.
potentially, and confusion, you got your bell rung, there's something wrong with your brain, you got to go down to the trauma center. So I called her, gave her the story, and she's like, with that Glasgow, we can't take him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really don't think he was.
Yeah.
And she's like,
yeah, but
yeah, but with that
Yeah,
Glasgow,
but-
I'm like, word, got it. Hung up the phone. I told my partner, hey, we got to get down to the med center. It's all cool. And I turned around and I tell CHP. I said, hey, man, the hospital said I got to go down to the med center.
I
And
just
he's like-
forgot that the story gets so much better here in just a second.
So he's like, okay, that's cool. I'll follow you guys down. And I said, cool. And he goes, hey, did you check his feet or his shoes for anything? And I said, no. Now, mind you, this guy, by the way, is clearly a homeless guy.
Okay.
He is not bathed in quite some time. His clothes are very filthy.
1,
He
2,
is
3 weeks
3
plus.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some caked on
He's tough.
dirt. You know,
Yeah.
like some legit, like might need some steel wool to clean himself.
And
off
how
kind of thing.
far away from like society is he at this point?
Oh, dude, we're like 5 minutes off the freeway, and that part of the freeway, there's like not only nothing forever, like it's a good 10 minutes since we saw anything. You know, so like he's way the fuck out.
He's
in the
way in
middle
the middle of nowhere.
You know?
Yeah.
So, you know, so we get him on the, you know, so we got him on the board, and so he's like, hey, did you check his feet or check his shoes for anything? And I was like, no, I didn't, because I checked his pockets to see if he had a wallet or a knife or needles or whatever, and I was all, no, but I'll grab them for you. So I lean over and I take his shoes off, and they were like they were barely tied. Right?
Yeah.
And I just slipped them off, and he had these thick socks on. I pulled the socks off, and dude had trench foot.
Oh.
And it was the most. I mean, it was like, I mean, he was a black guy, but he had literally like black feet. And all his toes were all mushed together, all black. And dude, the smell. Holy shit, dude. The smell. I was like, holy fuck, dude. So
Tales from the ambulance
so
stinks tonight.
so we kicked on the exhaust vent, you know, for me, because I got a half-hour ride now with this cat in the back, and it was also funny because the cop was standing at the back doors, which is about head face level with where the patient's feet are. So when I took his socks off, like he got it full on fucking bam, and I was all gotcha. But
Gotcha.
so covered him up with
That's fucked up.
with some I cut his sweatshirt off, and I actually threw that over the top of his feet, you know,
Yeah.
just whatever. And so I kept trying to talk to him, and he just wouldn't say anything. So I was like, all right, so then I started an IV, and he flinched when I poked him.
Again, motor skills not an issue.
Totally normal function.
Yes.
You know, and I told him, hey, I'm going to do this. And then I told him my favorite joke. You're going to feel a little prick. Then you're going to feel a needle go in. Oh, bam. So,
Maybe you and Bonnie have hanging out too much because I think he's stealing some of your
that
material.
shit's good, though. So, and I'm like, all right, all right, I got to expose him the rest of the way because I got to see if there's something else happening.
Yeah,
like
if he's,
now looking
bruising or...
Yeah, like or if he's got, but like his pants, there, like I said, there was not a mark on him. There
Yeah.
wasn't any blood anywhere. I was looking to see if his pants were bloody. I mean, he was drooping anyway. He had the fucking boxers and you know, whatever. So it was pretty clear that there was nothing underneath. But I was like, fuck it, I got to do it, especially because where I'm going. So, before I do that, I start pinching him as hard as I can on the leg. I just grabbed his fucking side of his leg and I just start pinching him. And he's all, hey, quit pinching me. And I was all,
he speaks.
I was all, holy shit, you talk. All right, hey, man, what's your name? And he's all, Jonathan. And I'm all, Jonathan? And he's all, yeah. And I'm all, what's your last name? And he told me whatever. I don't remember what it was. And, Smith, yeah. But it kind of slurred, but whatever. And I'm like, what fucking happened? And he doesn't say anything. I'm like, when's your birthday? And he told me, his birthday. And I'm like,
83.
and I repeated it. And he's all, yeah. And I was like, are you hurt? And then he just stared at me again. And then I said,
motherfucker, I'm talking to you.
Are you? I said, look, man, I'm not a cop. I don't care. I just need to know, were you in that car when it rolled over? Didn't say anything. I said, is anything bothering you at all right now?
Yeah, in fact, you talking to me, motherfucker.
Exactly. I was hoping for that. I was even hoping for that, and not a fucking word. Stared at me the whole time. So then I'm like, all right, well, fuck it. All right, I got to fucking cut off the rest of his clothes. So I cut off his jeans. And then it's down to his boxers, so I cut those. Then I see he's got another pair of underwear on underneath there. So I cut that on both sides, and then I flop it down.
Like chonies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I flop it down, as I told my partner.
Yeah.
The legends are true. Okay? First of all, the legends are true. There's an African gentleman. What you've heard about them.
Oh, yeah.
It's true.
Okay, cool.
So I was trying to put a positive spin on this.
Yeah, because I remember where this went.
Yeah, but there was
no positive spin.
Yeah, he had clearly shit and pissed on himself probably several times. Not because of this accident.
Not recently.
Not recently. This is old, and it had been there and caked on and dried on, and so now we got that smell exposed to the back of the ring.
Oh my god!
Holy fuck, dude! So
seriously, nasty.
I grabbed a blanket.
Nasty.
I threw that over the top of him, because I wanted to obviously keep him covered. He's naked now, but mostly to seal that shit in. So,
dude, you have to. That's a tough part of having to play. I gotta give the man his dignity and also save my own ass from having to sit in this for the next half an hour.
Exactly. So,
what do you do there,
exactly.
bro?
So, got them all wrapped up, and
shit.
I called the med center, told them we're coming. We get there, they're all ready for us. So we go in the room, and it's very cool in there. I was telling you about it. It's just a very cool experience because it's a teaching hospital. It's a level 1, so they have all the specialists and they have all the students, and they have teams of everybody.
Yeah.
And it's fucking on like Donkey Kong when you walk in that room.
Yep.
So I enjoyed the hell out of myself. So I go in and I'm giving my report, and some places I have to help move the patient over. This place I don't. There's more than enough people to do it for me. So I just kind of stand back and give my report, and they pick him up off the gurney and they move him over, and the blanket went with them.
Yeah.
And they pick up the board, but everything's tucked under the board. So they pick up the board and they move him over, and then they pull the fucking blanket. And I hadn't said anything about it yet. So they pulled the blanket. Dude, there was like 8 people on him. And all of a sudden, there was just, oh, my God. And I was looking at myself, I'm sorry about that. I meant to tell you there's, and they're like, we got it. And I was like, and I was thinking to myself, that's been percolating for like 20 minutes at this point. That's been fucking hanging out under there. So that was a bad one.
Oh, poor guy and
so-
poor team
Yeah,
and
so-
poor you and poor
we
everybody,
got-
man.
So we
That is wrong.
So then they start doing their thing, man, and then they're like, "Give us a thumbs up," and he won't do it. But he's staring at him.
Yeah.
But they're all, "Give us a thumbs up," and he won't do it. So then they just started. They got the knuckle in on the sternum. They
Yep.
gave him the sternum rub, and he's just all, "Ow, quit rubbing me!" And they're like, "You talk," and they're all, "Give us a thumbs up." And he didn't do it again. And they went like just touching me. He's all, and they're all, and I saw that, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck, you know. So
Yeah.
the whole time I'm like, you know. So then, you know, so my partner and I are just sitting there like, what the fuck is this all about? So we later on we ended up back at Rideout for another patient, and I saw that nurse, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry to send you guys so far away." And we were like, no, it was probably best that he went there because there was something really fucking weird about that.
Not, yeah.
You know, so-
Not. I don't think, in the way you told the story both times, a big part of me doesn't think that he was ever a part of the accident.
No, and that's the thing is my partner said it to me later that night
Shelter.
as we had thought about it. You know, he was like, dude, I bet you he just saw a car and was like, hey, car.
Yeah.
And went and sat in it.
Hell
and somebody
yeah.
just happened to see the car and fucking called him in, and now he's busted for it. And I
That's-
was like, yeah. And he's like, why wouldn't he talk? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I was thinking, we have this other regular that we've thought. Now I wonder what happened to her. I haven't seen her in a while.
Well, you did tell me one of your regulars.
One of our I
Yeah.
really liked her as a regular, and unfortunately she got hit by a car.
Yeah,
and,
that
and
sucks,
she's
dude.
no longer with us. But
That's Tales from the
um,
Ambulance.
Yep. But this other one, she would do the same thing. She wouldn't talk. And I don't know. And she has, and hers is definitely psychological.
Oh,
you
really?
know? Like she won't talk. She has apparently. I've heard a couple people say that she said a couple of things here and there. But so I looked at my partner and I was like, dude, you're probably right. And what if he's like, you know, and I told him her
Yeah.
name, you know, and he's all,
Maybe.
and I'm like, I don't know, dude. Something's fucking weird
I
though.
don't know, dude. That is just bizarre, dude.
Yeah, and then we saw the full moon came out, and then we were like, oh,
There it
well,
is.
there it is.
There's
So
your answer right there,
There's
dude.
the answer.
There- there's your friggin' answer.
yeah, so that was one of the calls that I went on this week, and it was a
crazy.
fucking weird one because, like I told you, there was a few of them that were really fucking bizarre. Not that there was anything like
Yeah.
him, like it wasn't like even a critical situation.
No,
it was
no,
just
no.
fucking weird.
But you roll up on a call that you are dispatched to that is told to you a rollover situation.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, when you get that call, I got to imagine 9 times out of 10 you roll up on that situation and there's somebody either being extracted from the vehicle or still in the fucking vehicle
Yep.
that you are needing to transport because of serious fucking trauma.
Yeah.
This time, the 1 out of 10, you roll up and a dude is sitting in a car that's already been rolled over but has not a scratch on him. The airbag didn't go off, which definitely would if it
Well,
was
no,
flipped.
I don't think there was. I don't think like this car even had airbags.
Okay,
is
okay.
what I mean by that.
Okay,
Like,
but I mean,
because it had definitely been flipped.
Yeah,
like there was no
right.
question about it.
uh,
In that spot.
no seatbelt, but all of the stuff from the car scattered fucking forever,
Yep.
right? And he's just sitting there, and he's perfectly fine. No fucking way he was in the car that did that. Okay,
Exactly.
and like I said, unless he's Gary Busey and he's been drinking.
Yeah. And he
Because
just
that's
fucking,
how Gary Busey has stayed alive
yeah,
all
and he
these
just
years.
fucking bounced around and
Yeah,
just
you know?
rolled with it and hit everything soft.
Jesus Christ, man. Well, hopefully the guy gets well, dude.
Yeah. So I mean that's the other nice thing is I mean they're gonna address some of the other shit that's
Yeah.
going on.
Dude,
with
that
him.
swamp foot,
They're gonna take care of that.
he's got to have that
They'll-
checked out.
Dude, at the very least they'll fucking clean him.
Clean
you
him
know?
and give him something to eat.
Give him something to eat. They'll give him something to wear.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because, I mean, I'm an asshole because I cut off all of his clothes, and that's probably all he has. But
Yeah.
at the same time, they'll hook him up with something else.
Well, it's your job.
and,
You-
know,
you-
I needed to see what it was.
You don't
and
hold
it was-
yourself responsible for that because that's your job. I mean,
I feel kind of bad about it. Like, I try not to have to do it, but
but in a situation
in
in,
certain
which you've got
circumstances,
no communication,
yeah,
bro,
I got to do it.
you got to do it.
So-
you absolutely have to do it. All right. Well, we're at the 2-hour mark, bro. So
Oh, hell. I'm sorry I took the whole show up.
no, well, you didn't take the whole show up. I blame it on One fucking guy. One fucking guy. All right? You want to know who that guy is? I'll let you know who that guy is here in just a second because I
Dak
just saw
Prescott?
him. I just saw him.
Thank you for listening to the Stones Radio
This
Network.
fucking guy,
My name
okay?
is James Bundy.
You know this guy?
And I have I do listened know this since guy.
day
one. I forgot about
favorite
this
team
commercial
is
that
the
he did
Lincoln
for us.
Potters,
and they say, "Go Potters, go!"
Yes.
No, they
Potter
don't.
up.
Yes, I go out
Potter
and
up.
root for Clyde and Piper. They
You
have
guys
the
like
goat is very yummy, and you wash it down with the Goat House Brewery beer.
That's
and don't
true.
you like the hops? Then you go to Knee Deep.
How long is this
Knee Deep
commercial,
Brew
for
Company
Christ's
bring you
sake?
the Knee Deep.
Again, he
hoppy
gets
beers.
excited.
West Coast style. But otherwise, you go to the Goat, and he goes, bah.
That was a good commercial. Oh, Bondy wasting our entire night. I love Bondy though.
Worth it, though.
It was worth it. All right, well we got to do.
Especially because he's coming back to work.
I know, right? Well, we got to do what we got to do. We only end on one way.
If it's a news story about Florida, you better bet Toys on it. Now it's time for Toys Take on the News.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have some interesting news for you. I know that normally when people think of Florida news, something crazy happens. Well, that part's true, but it's not a Florida man this time.
No?
No, we have a Florida lady this time.
Florida lady.
Yes. You see, woman tries to stop her sister from driving drunk, which I greatly appreciate.
What's the problem there?
She gets bitten.
Once
the police
bitten,
said.
twice shy?
Yes. So, the Villages, Florida. A woman who was too drunk to drive bit her sister during a fight outside of a bar in the Villages. Melody Jean Smalley, 24, had been drinking with friends Saturday night at the World of Beer.
It gives a whole new meaning to that shit's got bite.
That was good. Now you've been hanging out with Bondy too long.
Fuck Bondy, I hate that guy.
So she called her two sisters to come get her. Sisters arrived. Smalley insisted on driving herself home, the report said. One of Smalley's sisters tried to stop her by getting into the driver's seat of Smalley's car.
You just said you were drunk, bitch.
So she pulled her sister out of her car by her hair.
Mm-hmm. That's how sisters do.
Dragged her to the ground.
Oh, yeah. That's where they get down.
As they fought each other, the remaining sister tried to break them up. After the fight, the sister who was attacked left in her own car. Fuck you, bitch.
No shit. I'm out. Deuces. Oh, by the way, I'm drunk.
The remaining sister, so we got the drunk chick.
Yep.
We got the chick the sister that got her hair pulled and dragged out of the car.
Yep.
That bounced.
Yep.
Now we got the other sister.
Okay, so we got drunk chick and other sister.
Right. Remaining sister corralled Smalley, getting her into the back seat of her car.
Corralled her? What is she?
Corralled her. I guess she fucking get in the car.
She a sheep?
Something like that. Got her in the back seat of the car. In the car, Smalley continued to argue and fight. And that's when the incident occurred. During the argument, Smalley's sister reached back at Smalley before she sunk her teeth into her sister's thumb, piercing the skin and refusing to let go.
Are you fucking kidding me? She fucking bit her thumb?
The sister managed to push Smalley out of her own vehicle.
Was the girl still attached to her thumb?
Locked herself inside.
Oh, okay. Phew.
So now drunk bitch has been kicked out of the car.
After biting a thumb.
After biting her thumb. Sister now locks her out of her own car.
Fuck you, bitch.
As Smalley continued to punch and kick the car.
Oh, man. Stop damaging my car, bitch.
The victim, her own car, no less. They're driving the drunk chick's car. That's the best part of this. So then, when the victim drove off, she called the sister who left, the first one. So
Yeah.
you believe what this shit did? Who then called 911. Police had responded to the scene of where the biting incident had occurred, and the sister was kicked out of the vehicle, taking Smalley into custody, where she later posted a $1,000 bond.
Oh,
She now faces battery and domestic violence charges.
Domestic violence charges
Yeah, that is
against your
correct.
sister? I
That
didn't
is
know you could
correct.
get domestic violence against your sister.
Apparently you can. So
I love Florida.
that's a good one. And if you would like to see, I will certainly on the Twazzle machine here
You'll have
post
to
her picture.
You'll have to twazzle
Um,
that up. You can put it right up there to your camera.
Oh, that's true. Can't I do that?
Yeah, you can-
Why
you
don't
can
I
do
just do that so I don't have to twazzle anything?
Well, because it's probably better if you twazzle it. But you don't even know how to bring up the picture.
There we go. She is very happy
One happy
to be in jail.
drunk bitch.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
Yes.
Florida always comes through.
Always comes
Always
through.
comes through. What else you got from Florida? I know you got more from Florida.
I do. We have so many.
I know.
We talked about
And
that
don't think
one-
we're picking on your state, Florida. We just like all the other ones. We don't like your state. Sorry.
I don't think we did this one on the show. I think I just told you about this one.
Probably.
Okay.
Because we didn't do a show last week?
That's right. Sword-wielding man accused of starting fire makes it rain in jail cell after he is arrested.
What a fucking moron.
Well, we're going to go ahead and just show you this guy first and foremost because he deserves a good look.
Oh, yeah. He's a sexy bitch.
That's a good guy right there.
Yeah, that's a sexy motherfucker.
So that gentleman's name will become forthcoming.
Jared Allen.
Okay. So this is in Titusville, Christopher. Christopher Titus.
Yeah, right.
Titusville officers found a man 37 sitting in his front yard holding a sword and chugging a bottle of rum upon responding to an active fire Thursday.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Isn't there... We're a smart country for the most part. Obviously, we can have debates about that sometime. But isn't there a fucking law already written that you can't have a sword and alcohol at the same time? Isn't there like an already? Isn't that like a law from
unless you're a pirate,
like 5,000 years ago?
Unless you're a pirate.
Unless you're a pirate.
That's correct.
Oh, pirate. Arr. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Well, fuck that.
So the incident occurred around 2:12 in the morning, where police saw flames 4 feet high stretching from the suspect's home out to the middle of the road, which is pretty significant if you ask me, but I don't know where the road is.
No shit. Even if the road's right next to the house, that's pretty scary, bro.
Well, other homes were within 20 feet of the flames. Officers said the fires were extinguished before causing any injuries or damage to surrounding homes.
Way to go, firemans.
Here we go. Investigators said the suspect, Scott Taylor, was drinking Captain Morgan and surrounded by open containers of alcohol upon their arrival. The total cost of damage was approximately $500.
Oh, well,
so not too bad.
He didn't really start a fire, then more of like a barbecue.
But upon arriving at Brevard County Jail, Taylor, charged with intentional or reckless burning of lands, proceeded to break the fire sprinkler head of the cell, causing the booking cell and the room to flood. Officers said the incident resulted in $1,000 worth of damage.
Oh my God! What is it? A pyromaniac? Is that the right term for this gentleman?
Well, I don't know. He likes to make it rain, son. But he does definitely like fires because it does say the police have previously responded to the same location for 5 times over the last 6 months in reference to illegal fires started by the
Jesus
suspect.
Christ! Hello, McFly. Hello.
I know.
Don't you think you've been there enough for mysterious fires?
You would think so.
Can we maybe do something about this sword-wielding Captain Morgan drinking fire starter? I mean, maybe, just maybe. Florida, keep killing it. Okay.
So true.
Keep killing it. All right, you're gonna have to give us one more, dude, because it's fucking late, and you
All
gotta
right.
work tomorrow.
I know.
So,
Okay. So this goes back to just the stupid criminal profile. Florida man tries to trade in vehicle he stole from the same dealership.
Florida man.
So this is pretty straightforward. The title, the headline pretty much says it all. But yes, a Florida man tried to trade in a vehicle from the same dealership he stole it from. Employees told officers the man was trying to trade in his vehicle for a new one. But upon checking the VIN number, they found that the vehicle was stolen from the dealership's lot just 2 days earlier.
Hey, bro. Okay, you might want to give it a little bit of time in between your initial purchase and then your upgrade.
And then, while the man admitted to stealing the vehicle, police said, the crime was captured on the surveillance system and clearly shows the man stealing the vehicle. So not only did you steal it and then try and trade it in, you did it on camera without covering yourself up.
At all. He's a smart fella there. In what part of Florida?
That's in Lake City.
Lake City, my new favorite town.
Yeah,
It's
buddy.
got the smartest car thieves on the
So
planet.
true. We'll save that one for next time.
No, well, how about a preview? A little preview?
Oh, this is the twerking incident.
We're gonna have to figure out how to pull video on that one.
I know.
We got a man being pulled over in Florida by the police, and it's pouring down rain,
That's correct.
and he's twerking behind his truck.
Yep.
Only right here on the Stones and Toys show. Hey, guys, thanks for checking us out
Absolutely.
tonight. That was fun, dude.
Very much so. So till 2 weeks from now, we
2
will
weeks.
talk to you soon. But in the meantime, tackyphalanges.com, Facey Space page, Tacky Phalanges. Come out to the shows. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yeah, we won't.
Be safe.
Wait. No. Yeah, we won't do.
29th would be our.
Shit.
So,
All right. Well, yeah. Have a safe and happy Halloween, everybody. We'll be back
watch out for the Candyman.
right after the 1st of November.
Indeed.
All right,
So,
folks. Hey, stoners and toys out there, be cool.
Peace and love.
Stay in school.
Mwah.
We're out. Peace.
Stop selling drugs.